ourselves, that's global community of people that have gone through analytics itself. Okay. So if you've never heard of analytics, you know what you would experience analytics today. All right. So I love the fact that you guys are coming from diverse places, South Africa, Nigeria, US, UK, Germany, and across the world. That's fantastic. And the good thing also we're going to be doing today is we're going to be learning from one another. We're going to be exploring different aspects of what career paths you need to learn in order for you to transition into your preferred tech career. Okay. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. So thank you very much for joining today. I am absolutely ecstatic. I'm very excited to have you guys on board. Before we get started, also, I would like to also know if this is your first time joining the session. Now, if this is your first time, just all you need to do is put a one in the chat. So if this is your first time joining a Analytics Masterclass, please type a one in the chat. And I want to get to know you. All right, fantastic. We have a lot of newcomers in the house. We have a lot of newcomers in the house. Fantastic. And, I'm totally excited to have you guys on board. We have a special dedicated seat for beginners, for first timers in the house. So if you look to the top right of your screen, you would see, somebody waving at you. Okay, so Priscilla currently is waving at you. Okay, so all I want you to do is follow Priscilla. She will take you to your seat. Okay, we have goodies awaiting you when you get to your seat. Anyways, I'm just joking around. Okay, but anyway, I'm totally excited to have you guys on board, to have you in today's session. Okay, and you see, we're talking about something very interesting. It's been very interesting, something eye-opening, something that has worked for myself, that has worked for quite a number of people that have gone through analytics. We are going to be discussing that today. All right. We're going to be discussing that today. All right. So 2 seconds. I'm coming, guys. Sorry. All right. So let's get started. And we're going to be discussing about everything you need to know about the tech career paths that will land you a job in the UK, US, and Canada. And even if you're in Germany, you are in Norway, you are in Dubai, it really doesn't matter. Okay. We can't put all the countries, on the slides. Okay. We usually just use the top locations because these are where most of our participants are joining. Okay. But I'll share some interesting, I'll share some interesting stuff with you today that will get you excited. Regardless of anywhere you are in the world, this thing works. Okay. And I'm going to show you today. Okay. So for first timers in the house, I like to usually introduce analytics. Who are we? What do we represent? What do we stand for? What's our vision? What's our mission? All right. And it's very simple. All right. It is very simple. Now, Tenalytics is an educational technology firm, dedicated to helping Africans anywhere in the world transition into the tech space. That's the simple fact. That's the simple vision. So what we are trying to do is to bridge the gap to helping more Africans transition into the tech space. So regardless of whatever career path you choose, so if you want to become a data analyst, data scientist, business analyst, data engineer, financial analyst, HR, cybersecurity, AI engineering, and so on, we would help you ensure you transition into that desired career path of yours. And guess what? We've been doing this for the last 4 years, okay? And we've helped over 2,000 plus people transition in the UK, US, Canada, across Europe, Asia, Africa, and literally across the world. Okay. And that's our impact. Now, a lot of you would say that 2,000 plus people, if a mena, are you joking? Are you playing? Stop playing. Okay. 2,000 people in the last 4 years. Okay. I would like to see some proof. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not gatekeeping any information today. I would share testimonials, not even once or 2 years ago. Recently, the last 2 weeks, the last 3 weeks, I'm going to share with you Africans like yourself that are doing fantastically well within the tech space. They just started. Okay, they attended a master class like you're doing at the moment. Okay, took that initiative, started, and now they have a job in the US, in the UK, in Poland, in Norway, literally across the world. So we'll be discussing. There's going to be an eye-opening session. So all I need from you today, guys, all I need from you for today's session is a pen and a jotter. Okay, not jotter, jotter, okay? A pen and a jotter, okay? So you can jot things down, so you can take things out of the session. I'll repeat it again. You need a pen and a jotter, okay? So you can jot things down, so you can take things out of today's session. It's going to be a very, very enlightening session, and I want you to join me on this journey, okay? I just want you to listen. That's all you need to do. Listen, nothing much. You don't, you can think, no doubt about that, but just listen, okay? I'm going to do all the explanation. All you need to do is listen and jot things down. All right. So moving on to the main thing. Who is this guy? Who is the Femena? Okay, who is this fine boy? I know some of you will say, no, I'm not a fine boy. I'm growing. I'm still growing. I'm almost there. But who is this person? What gives me the authority to speak about transitioning into the tech career path? Okay, now let me do a little bit of background. My name is Ifemena Ipro, okay, and I am the co-founder of Tenalytics. Now, I have a degree in economics, non-technical background. I have a degree in economics. My first job after university was as a management consultant. So I was working as a management consultant. So if you know any management consultant, you would know that it's not really tech related. It's nothing that has to do with tech, okay? Majorly management, strategy, and all that. It's nothing tech related. So my background, economics, no tech, okay? Now, first job, also no tech, which is management consulting. Now, the key question is, how did I transition from a non-technical background into technical background, into technical jobs? Okay, so currently in the past, decade, almost a decade now, I've worked across different roles within the tech ecosystem, majorly the data ecosystem. So I've worked as a data analyst, I've worked as a data scientist, I've worked as a computer vision engineer, I've worked as a data engineer, I've worked as a global business systems analyst, I've worked in business intelligence. So my experience has spanned quite a number of roles in just that, I would say, a short period of time. Okay. Now, what made me transition from that non-technical background? So I have economics. I did economics. I went to Lee City University in Nigeria, in Ibadan. Do you understand? Just like any other person would have gone to your own university you went to. All right. Did started working in Lagos, Nigeria, okay, as a management consultant. And now I've relocated to Ireland. I worked in Ireland, I've worked in the UK, I've worked for companies in the US. I've never been to the US before. Currently based in Canada. So what I do at the moment is working more contracts, data science, data analytics contract work, where I work with businesses in deploying data analytics and data science initiatives. So either predictive modeling or, it could just be analytical modeling and so on. So that's what I do at the moment. Well, now the key question, the key thing, the reason why I like to talk about myself is I'm a perfect representation of someone without any technical background, okay, that transitioned into the tech space and is doing very well. Okay, I was in Lagos, I was in Nigeria, relocated to a foreign country without foreign experience, and I was able to get a job. How did Ifemena do it? And how have all the people that have gone through analytics, how have they been able to achieve this? Those are the things that we're going to be talking to you about in today's session. And that's why I'm saying that it's going to be an enlightening session, something that would mind-opening, okay, mind-blowing session that will get you aware of what actionable steps you need to take in getting started with your session, with your career path. Okay, so let's get started. Let's get about the 4 things that we're going to do in today's session. So it's very simple. Like I said, I'm going to keep it within 2 hours, maximum 2 hours. It could be lesser. So all I need you to do is listen within this period of time so you can get everything out of the session. Now, we're going to be talking about 4 things in today's session. 4 things, just 4. Okay, number 1 is career paths to help you land a job in the UK, US, or Canada, or globally, anywhere in the world. Like I said, they're not start putting all the countries across the world or putting all the continents. The reason why we have US, UK, and Canada in there is because those are where majority of our participants are joining from. Okay, and you can see it in the comment section. Okay, now if you are in Dubai, it works for you. If you're in South Africa, if you're in Ghana, if you are literally anywhere in the world, and I will share some testimonials to get you to understand exactly what we're talking about. Now, tech career paths. That's the first thing we're going to talk about. What tech career paths will help you get a job quickly within these regions? Number 2, the pathway to becoming a tech professional and securing a job. The reason why you want to learn tech is not just for the fun of it. Okay, you want to learn it in order for you to get a better job to get flexibility. I would like to know, I think that's something interesting I would like to know. Why do you want to transition into the tech space? Let me just put just in just one sentence, it doesn't have to be complex. All right, you could actually use a word, flexibility, remote job, could be anything. I want you to put it in the comments. Why do you want to transition into the tech space? I will go first, anyways, while you guys are typing yours. I'll go first. The reason why I wanted to transition into the tech space was because of number one, the salary, okay, was salary. So as a management consultant, I was earning good, okay, but I did a bit of recruitment. So as a management consultant, we do a bit of recruitment also, recruitment strategy and all that. I was recruited for a particular role within the tech space, okay, and this lady had the same years of experience as I did at that time. Okay. So when I was looking for salaries within the 500s, this was years back, okay, within the 500 as a management consultant. So if I had gotten a job of 500, I felt I had made it in life. That was a good salary. But this lady was asking for the same years of experience, the same everything, but she was expecting, expectation for that role was 1.2 million, take home net. Okay. So at that point in time, I said, okay, do you know what? Maybe I need to transition into the tech space. So I can be taking this money. So it was money related for me. Initially, was money that motivated me to get started. So if money is motivating you, literally it will. All right. That would keep you, that would keep you, but that will not keep you for long. Okay, money will not keep you for long. So now, what interests me the most, number one, is the flexibility. Okay, flexibility is number one. All right, and impact. Okay, impact on the business. I've worked with majority of the time the impact of going ahead. I still get recommendations. I still get a lot of mails saying that, Ifemena, you helped us do this with our company last year. This thing is fantastically well. We have saved this amount of money and so on. So now it's more gratifying. It's more about impact for me than even the money, really, to be honest with you. All right. You will get there. Some of it might just be money for now, but I know you will get there. Don't worry. Okay. So let me look at some of the comments I have here. Why people want to transition into the tech space. Some people say good job. Some people say that's the future. That's not the future, guys. It is now. It's present. It's not the future. It was the future 10 years ago. All right. But now it is now. It's the present. It's not the future. Better job opportunities, fantastic. The money, just like myself initially, remote job, money, freedom, fantastic. Pretty much almost the same thing everybody's looking out for. Pretty much the same thing. Nobody's talking about impact. Don't worry. Okay. Everybody's looking for remote work. Is looking for, but you see, at one time in your career, you start to look for impact. Some people might be impact at the moment, all right, but you will get there. So, anyways, we'll talk about the pathway to becoming a tech professional and securing a job. Okay. Number three is the growth internship program. Now, this is one significant part that has helped a ton of our participants transition into the tech space. This internship is an immersive session, it's an immersive, program that gets you the experience that you need to get into the tech space. We'll talk extensively about that when we get to internship. Number four is we have a special discount for you. Nobody else, literally. The fact that you're on this call, we have a special offer for you. So if you wait to the end of the session, you definitely want to get the special offer. Okay, you 100% want to hear about the special offer, and we'll be discussing it. We'll be discussing that. Okay, fantastic. Let's go. Now, moving on to the next thing. Okay, these are the four things that we're going to do today. And before we go into the event, into the session proper, okay, right? It always seems impossible until it is done. It always seems impossible. It looks difficult. It looks hard. It looks like a mountain. Before somebody else goes ahead to conquer it, it looks very difficult. And this is the reason why we like to share, some of our participants' success story. This is some, not all, some of them success story. Okay. So the first person that you have there is Abigail that I would like to share with you. Abigail was a care worker. She used to work in care, okay, in Canada. All right. And last year, very funny backstory. A friend attended the masterclass just the way you're attending, enjoyed this masterclass, sent out the link to the masterclass. The friend did not register. She registered, okay, after going through the masterclass, she registered, went through the business analysis training program, and got a job as a business analyst. Okay, she got a job as a business analyst. Now, currently, she works as a business analyst with one of the top regulators in Canada. And guess what? Again, she's leading a team of 2 people. She leads a team of 2 people. Someone that just learned, someone that just learned business analysis and was able to transition. Now she leads a team, okay, that has 2 people involved. That's to tell you the kind of work that we put in and the kind of work that she also puts in to the training program. So currently, she works as a business analyst with one of the top regulators here in Canada. That did literally, this was November last year. All right. Tony also transitioned from the role of a pharmacist. She used to work as a pharmacist, relocated to the UK, and wanted to change the career path. Okay, I don't want to do pharmacy anymore. How can I transition? Also went ahead, became a benefit analyst. She currently works as a benefit analyst with the NHS, also based in the UK. Binga got a job in Poland. Okay, now this is where I tell you that we can't put all the names of the country on the slides and all that. So you see, Binga is based in Poland. Okay, went through the training program. You know, after 2 years of searching for a job in Poland, after 2 years of searching a job in Poland, Binga got 4 offers, 4 job offers in Poland. If you don't believe me, please listen to Binga. You'll see it here. Listen to him here. It's not me that is saying that this is Binga that is telling you his own experience. Got 4 offers after being 2 years of unemployment in Poland. Was able to get a job as a business data analyst. Is it possible? Like I said, it always seems impossible until somebody else does it. All right. And that's very interesting. We have proof. If we don't have proof, okay, honestly, there's no need for you to be on the call today, to be honest. But this is just how many people? 5 people that you see on the screen. We have more people coming. All right. I'll show you more people, more life experiences of how people have transitioned into the tech space based off what we're going to discuss today. All right. Nathaniel got a job as a data scientist, all right, working in Barcelona, Spain. That's the reason, again, going back to that thing, it's a global skill. All right. It's a global skill. You need to learn a global skill, regardless of anywhere you are, you will get a job within the tech space. Abdurrashid, based in Nigeria, all right, got a full-time role as a data scientist working with a company in the US, working fully remote in Nigeria, earning the dollars, living in Nigeria, working for a company in the US. All right, after going through the full stack data science program. Now, you see, these are the things that you feel are over the top of your head. You feel like you hear about these things, but you feel like it cannot happen to you. Sometimes it happens like that. It happens like that. You just feel like these people is just not just it's just there. But there is a step-by-step approach that we have that has helped these people to achieve this. All right. That's the reason why we've been doing this for the last 4 years, and we've been able to achieve over 2,000 people transition into the tech space. All right. But let's get started. Let's leave these people. Let's leave these people. We'll come back to them. Don't worry. I'll come back to them to tell you how they're able to achieve this. But before we go there, okay, the next thing I want to talk about is, a lot of you on the call are new beginners in the tech space, or you want to get transition into the tech space. So you're like, if a man, I love all these things that you're saying, okay? But I need help, not help, okay? Not help. Help me. If a man, help me. What tech careers should I go and get into? This is one of the most dominant questions you will get in the tech space. I get these questions literally almost every day. LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, every account I have. So, man, what tech career should I go into? Me, not help. Help means that you need a little bit of assistance, okay? You need support, okay? But when they say help me, okay, it means you need an intervention, okay? You need somebody to jump into action straight for you. But that's the reason why I will tell you exactly what you need to learn to get transition into the tech space, okay? Now, moving on. All right. Now, what tech skills to learn? Right. So we are a data company. That's something you need to understand. So if you see Teralytics, you would always see data and strategy. The reason why we have data and strategy in our name is very simple, and I'll tell you. Every decision that we make, all right, is based on data. Okay, it's based on data. It's as simple as that. So now we did a research. Okay, we did our personal research. Okay, where we went on different job boards in the UK, job boards in Germany, job boards in US, job boards in Canada, like the major cities in Europe and the major cities in North America. Okay. And what we did is we gathered data, what we call web scraping. We gathered, job posts, what job, people are posting every day on the regular job boards, Indeed, gov.uk, and so on and so forth. Okay. We went on all these job boards and we extracted data and we wanted to look at career paths that was constantly, being posted. What were the career paths that were posted almost every day? People are looking for to hire. Okay. And we came up with 8 career paths. Now, we wanted to, obviously, we did our research, okay, but we needed an external research that will back our, research, but that will back our analysis, okay? So we stumbled upon this particular report. It's called the Future of Jobs Report 2024. Future of Jobs Report 2024. And it was created by a well-reputable organization, which is called the World Economic Forum, WEF. WEF, World Economic Forum. This is one of the largest reports. They are very big. They're one of the biggest in the world in terms of research, development, and all that. Okay. So we saw this report, and it was very interesting. There was a very interesting article. They talked about new jobs and lost jobs within 2023 to 2027. Okay. So they split it into types of jobs. Okay. Jobs that will grow. Over here, we have jobs that will grow, that grows, and jobs that will decline. Okay, jobs that will decline. All right, very interesting. They're already projecting into the future jobs that are going to grow in the future and jobs that are going to decline in the future. Now, let's take a look at some jobs that will decline first off. Okay, based off the analysis, investment fund managers going to decline in the future. There's a huge, probability is going to decline in the future. Training and development specialist. Okay, so if you're currently in HR and the specialization is in training and development, you are likely going to be heading out of a job, in the future. Management and organization analyst. Okay, product managers. Interesting. Some people will still invest in themselves, trying to go become, project manager, product managers, sorry, product managers. They want to become product managers. They want to become product managers. But according to this report, that is going to be declining in the future. Okay, within 2027, I mean by 2024 already. So in the next 3 years, there's going to be a huge decline in that particular role. All right. So many other roles that you have there that are going to be declining. All right. And obviously, even when we did our report, when we did our analysis, product managers were not part of the ones that you need to learn. All right. And that just, sort of corroborated the research that we have done personally. Now, let's take a look at the ones that we grow. Okay. That's what we are focusing on. So obviously, you want to learn a new skill. That in the next 5-10 years, you still have great opportunity. You're still of value within the job market. Now, let's take a look at the career paths that will grow in the future. Let's take it one by one. Okay, so let's take them one by one. We have number one. We have AI and machine learning specialist. AI and machine learning specialist. Now, this falls into the domain of the data scientist. Okay, the data scientist. That's the data scientist. So you, as a data scientist, you get to work with AI. You get to work with machine learning, and so on and so forth. Now, let's take a look at the next one. Okay, which is I'll just bring the look at every one of them. The key ones that we need to look at. So the next one we are looking at is business intelligence. Business intelligence, which is the role of a data analyst. So that's where the data analyst comes in. Okay. So we'll talk about the different roles that you will go into when you become a data analyst. And business intelligence is one of the top skills, one of the top roles that you can get into. Now, the next one is information security analyst, which falls into the domain of cyber security. Cyber security. All right. So if you're looking to get into cybersecurity, you will continue to have a job in the next decade. Okay. You continue to dominate the market. Okay. Now, information security analyst, we have data analysts and scientists. That literally just wrote it out specifically. Data analysts and scientists. Bear in mind, it is not analytics that has this report. It is not us that is saying this. All right, this is literally the World Economic Forum, one of the most reputable organizations in the world. They are the ones saying this. So looking at data analysts and data scientists, okay, that falls into the role of the data analyst, and that also falls into the role of the data scientist. So you can't go wrong in this career path. Okay. Now we have big data specialists. Big data specialist that falls into the domain of data engineering. Okay, the data engineer. Now, the data engineer works with big data. I mean, that's one of the main proponents of getting into data engineering in the first place. The whole advent of big data is what gave birth to the role data engineering. Okay, so you see it here again, another role, data engineer. You see down here, data engineer. Okay, also spelled out specifically, not any other domain, not big data, but the career path, data engineering is something you need to get into. Now, the other one, database architect that you have here, okay, is another role under data engineering. So as a data engineer, you'll be the architect designing data architectures and all that. Okay. And the one that we have here, process automation, okay, that falls into the role of the business analyst. Okay, the business analyst. So you see, these are roles that are clearly stated that are going to grow in the future. Clearly stated, these are the roles that are going to grow in the future. So the best thing for yourself is to position yourself. Now, let me tell you a little bit of backstory for myself. The reason why I went into data science, okay? So the first thing I wanted to learn was data science. And the reason why that was because I read an article on Forbes, okay? Forbes, okay? And they said data science is going to be the sexiest job of the future, okay? And that was what I read, okay? So maybe I read that, I was like, I definitely want to become a data scientist because I want to, I want to be in that career path in the future. I want to be the I want to be in that sexy role. Do you understand? And that's exactly what I did. And that's what really got me started in data within the data science domain. Okay. And putting yourself, if they're telling you that these things will likely grow in the future, there's a high probability that it will grow in the future. Okay. Now, moving on to the next thing, okay, let's take a look at other career paths, okay, that we should look at going into the future. Okay, so we have the role of project managers. Okay, now project managers, not the regular project managers, not just you know how to handle the project or you have project experience. No, all right. So you need to talk about, you need to know how to leverage what we call Scrum. Okay, all right. So the Scrum Master, a fantastic career path to get into. All right, and we also have over here we have the business analyst. Okay, so you see a lot of times, a lot of organizations now require more business analysts than project managers. You can literally check it online. Why organizations now hire more business analysts than project managers? Okay, so when they say project managers, you're not looking at it like, oh, the title just project managers. Okay, you're looking at it as what are these organizations looking for? What do they demand? Do you understand? That's exactly what you need to understand. Now, moving on, you see financial analysts also clearly stated out. So if you look in the finance domain, you adding analytics within the finance domain makes you sought after, okay? It makes you, the most attractive professional. So you're in finance and you know analytics combined together, honestly speaking, you won't be out of a job, never at any point in time. So you see now, supply chain and logistics specialists, not just supply chain, not just logistics, all right? But these are the people that know how to use analytics within these domains, all right? So people that know how to, so you see a lot of roles called supply chain analytics, logistics analytics. So this is basically in the domain of, data analytics and data science, okay? So within the domain of data analytics, data science, you will do well within supply chain and logistics. I mean, you see, this is where you now start to position yourself. Now, I've told you exactly that. In the future, these are the career paths you need to focus on. We have done our own research, okay? And we backed it up with an external resource, which is the World Economic Forum report. And it literally corroborates what we found out. It literally corroborated it, like it literally matched it up. Okay. So now, if you enjoy yourself, first off, let me see. If you enjoy yourself, put a one in the chat. Let me see. If you enjoy yourself so far, put a one in the chat. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. If you enjoy yourself, put a one in the chat. Fantastic. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are brilliant. So now we can clearly see now that if a man, the first question was, what tech career path should I get into? Now, I've used our own research and I have also backed it up with an external research to tell you the career paths that are going to grow. Okay? I can't do more than that. I can tell you the career paths that are going to grow. The next thing for you to position yourself. So now, moving on to the next thing. Now, the next thing is, if a man now, if a man now, okay, now that I know the career paths that are going to grow, I know these ones are going to grow. Okay? Help me also, which career path will I get a job quickly? This is another very common question. I'm sure you guys have that in mind already. Okay, yes, we've seen all the career paths, but which one will I get a job quickly? Which one will I get a job quickly, Femena? Provide me with some support. All right, now you're calm. You should see the GIF there. Okay, Aki now, is this Aki or Popo? I'm not sure. Okay, but now it's calmer. Okay, don't worry, relax. You're with analytics. Don't worry, you will dance after. You will dance after that. You enjoyed the session. Now, let's talk about the career paths that will help you get a job quickly. Okay, quickly. Now let's examine that. Now, the next thing is there are three things that we considered. There were three things that we looked at. So when we did our research, we backed it up with the World Economic Forum research. Okay, there were three things that we were looking at. Okay, we don't want to just do all the training programs. Okay, we don't want to get people excited about all the training program and it's very large. We don't want to get people excited about all the tech skills that you have there. So we're three things that we considered. What tech career paths? Number one is ease of learn. Okay, ease of learn. What tech career path is easy to learn? Okay, as adults, I don't know about you. Some of you are still very sharp in minds. You can do over and beyond. Okay, but most people, and most adults at the moment are shuffling like 3, 5 things at the same time. So if you're shuffling those things, which career path can you still learn with your normal life schedule? Ease of learning. The ease of learning is you don't need to do too much in order for you to learn. Okay, that's exactly the first thing that we're looking at. Ease of learning. And I'll talk about that shortly. Now, ease of transitioning. So we're looking for roles that you finish learning today. Even as you're learning today and you're applying for a job, you will get interviews. Okay, so we're looking at ease of transitioning. So you can learn easily, but it might find it difficult for you to transition because there are no jobs constantly posted online. But now that's what we're looking at. We're looking at career paths that people are always looking for every day. You'll get at least 30 new roles, 100, 200 new roles that are opening up almost every single day or every week. Okay, giving you a wide spectrum of roles for you to apply to. All right, ease of transitioning. You can learn easily, you can transition easily. And the third thing is salary. Okay, salary. You need to get good salary in order for you to invest your time, your effort in getting started in a desired career path. You need to get good salary. Like I said, like majority of you said earlier, you said you want good salary, you want a good job, you want flexibility, you want all that. Basically, all boils down to an rewarding salary. Okay, so these are the three things that we consider. All right, there were a lot of career paths. All right, you see how we are shrinking down the career paths. Okay, ease of learning, number one, ease of transitioning, number two, and number three is high and rewarding salary. So these are the things that we looked at to say that amongst all the career paths within the tech ecosystem, which one is easy to learn, which one is easy to transition, and which one has high and rewarding salaries. Now, when we did this, there were 8 career paths that stuck out. 8. Okay, there were 8 career paths that stuck out. Now, the first one is business analysis. All right. Number 2, data analyst. Number 3, data scientist. Number 4, data engineering. Number 5, cybersecurity. Number 6, Scrum Master. Number 7, HR analyst. And number 8, the financial analyst. 8 juicy career paths for you to get into. 8 juicy career paths. Can you somebody say juicy, please? Say juicy in the chat. Okay. 8 juicy career paths for you to get into. So regardless of anywhere you are to work, remember there are 3 criteria that we considered: ease of learning, ease of transitioning, and I earned rewarding salary. Somebody said juju. Juicy is what I said, bro. Okay. Eight career path: business analysis, data analyst, data scientist, data engineering, cybersecurity, scrum master, HR analyst, and cyber and financial analytics professionals. Okay. So these are the eight things, eight career paths, okay, that you need to focus on. Okay. No more, no less. Trust me. If you want to get a job quickly, these are the career paths that would get you on track of getting that. Okay. Now let's go on. It's a manner. Now, you know the eight career paths that will get you a job quickly, correct? Now, initially, the first question was, what a career path should I get into? There are so many things to learn. There are so many things out there. Okay. If you may can you help me narrow it down? Okay. So we narrow it down using the research. Now, using our own experience, ease of learning, ease of transitioning, and I am rewarded salary. We came down to eight career paths that we talked about. Now, this is where everybody now falls in. Femena, you can even Femena, okay. I know that okay, these eight career paths, that's those are the things I can do to get a job quickly. But now another problem, another problem is I have no experience, okay? I have no experience or related degree, okay, in the field. How will I make it happen? It's as simple as that. Fantastic. It's a good question. I mean, you don't have any experience, you don't have any degree, and you want to get a job in tech. Do you think that is possible? Do you think it's possible? You don't have any degree related to the domain you're going into. So, take for example, you're interested in cybersecurity. You don't have any computer science degree. You don't have anything. Okay, you don't have any experience. Okay, but you want to become a cybersecurity analyst. Do you think we are playing here? We're not playing anyways. I'll tell you that you can. That's the reason why you're here. I'll tell you can. So you have no experience, you have no related degree, and you want to get into the tech space. We'll talk extensively on how you can actually achieve this. Now, I'm not just going to tell you how you can achieve this. I'll tell you people that have done this and they currently do it. They're currently working in the domain they are getting into. So, yes, it is very possible for you to get a job in any of those eight career paths, leveraging our own approach. Okay. And I think we deserve a round of applause. I mean, Analytics deserves a round of applause. We have our own approach, and we call it the Analytics 6 steps approach to tech career transitioning. I know it is long and is mouth is a mouthful, but you get used to it. It is called the Analytics 6 steps approach to tech career transitioning. So, with our wealth of experience, not just in the tech space, okay, not just in the tech space, we have been training the last 4 years of our experience, getting people into the tech career paths, okay? And we have now devised our own approach, our own strategy, okay? And we'll talk about that in the next slide. So let's go into this thing. What is this 6 steps approach that will help me transition into my desired tech career? Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at that, okay? So there are 6 practical steps. Number 1 is identify the tech career path that you want. Okay, so it is identify your desired tech career path. You see, that might be the easiest thing, okay, to do, but it's usually the hardest. I won't lie to you, it is the hardest. And that's where all of you are at this point in time. What career path should I do? Today it is data analytics. Oh, I know a friend of mine that got a job in the US as a data analyst, is earning 6 figures. Oh, I know another person in Canada that got a job as a business analyst. I'm going to learn business analysis because of that, my friend. Okay? Or you're reading an article and they're talking about how cybersecurity is a new thing. And now you've left data analytics, you've left data business analysis, now you're in cybersecurity. Indecision. And that's where most people get stuck, making that conscious effort to say that I want to learn this particular career path. I was there before, okay? So initially, I wanted to learn software engineering. Another time, I wanted to learn front end. Another time, I wanted to learn back end. Next time, I wanted to learn UI UX. But that's because of indecisions here and there. But the moment I focused on data, okay, to say that I want to become a data scientist, that's what I want to do, okay? I became very successful. And that's the same thing that has helped quite a number of people have gone through analytics. Guys, if you choose any of those 8 career paths, you are going to be fine. Okay? Don't hear anything other people are saying. If you choose any of the 8 career paths that we've recommended, you are going to be fantastically fine. You are going to be fine. Okay? We have business analysts that are successful. We have data analysts that are successful. We have cybersecurity analysts that are successful. Data engineers, the same thing. So the first thing you need to do, guys, don't get confused. Don't get confused. Choose one of the tech career paths that you like the most and stick with it. Identify the career path that you want to get into and stick with it. Don't be confused. Okay. So if you can get number one, if you can jump over number one to say that what tech career path you want to get into, let's get started. Now, let me even test you guys. Which tech career paths do you want to get into? Based on the 8 career paths that we talked about, which of them would you like to get into? So is it data analytics, business analysis, cybersecurity, data engineering, data science? Which of these career paths? Okay, I can see them coming up now. So we have data engineering, we have Scrum. You can just use the abbreviation, that's fine. Scrum Master, HR analyst, business analyst, cybersecurity analyst, data analyst. Somebody's a data analyst and HR analyst. You're still here or there, you're not sure. Don't worry, we'll talk about that. Financial analyst, business analyst, data engineering, business analyst, data engineering, data science. Fantastic. Okay. Now, the key thing here is stick into it. Please, guys, don't get confused. Don't let another person come and tell you that, oh, you need to go and learn data, you need to go and learn data science because of this. That data analytics that you see you want to learn it first. Just learn it, be very good at it. I can tell you without a doubt, you are going to be successful. Okay? And I will show you practically. Wait, I'll show you. Don't worry. I'll show you. The reason why you're here, I will tell you exactly what you need to do. Number two, learn the skill. So now that you know the career path you want to get into, please don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. Learn the skills. What is required for those roles? Learn it. Be good at it. Work on projects. Do the thing. All right. Learn the skill. That's the next thing. So when you say, oh, I want to become a business analyst, please, guys, learn the skills of a business analyst. Okay? You want to become a cybersecurity analyst, a data engineer, data scientist, learn the skills that is required. Now, when you learn the skills, we move on to the third one, which is gain project-based experience. Gain what? Gain project-based experience. Now, let me put it to you now. Let me tell you about it. Let me tell you let me ask you a scenario. Okay. And I've used this before in one of my. So we have two carpenters. We have two carpenters. Okay. I'm going to draw two carpenters. So this is, I would say, carpenter A. Okay. Carpenter A. And we have carpenter B. Okay. We have carpenter B. These two people, they have no carpentry experience, no carpentry, okay, experience. They have no carpentry experience, no carpentry experience. I mean, they have nothing, they have no experience, okay? But now, carpenter A, okay, carpenter A, based on, even though they don't have any actual carpentry experience, but carpenter A has built some chairs by himself, has built some furnitures. Okay, all right, has built some furniture. So if you go to meet carpenter A, the person can swipe their phones and say that, oh, I made this chair, oh, I made this table, oh, I made this rack, oh, I made this, I made that. You know, basically working on self-project, things that they can do around themselves. So basically what you have, personal project, I'll call it personal, okay, personal projects, okay, okay, personal projects. Now, carpenter B went to carpentry school, okay, and he just finished. He just finished he just what they call that a freedom. Just finished their freedom, basically just graduated. Okay, has no samples, has no samples. Okay, has no samples, but he has a certificate. Okay, he has a certificate for the carpentry school. Okay, has a certificate from a carpentry school. So now, which are you currently you want to make, let's say you want to make a chair. You want to make a chair. That's what you want to do. All right. You want to make a chair. Now, which of these carpenters would you give your work? Which of them would you give your work? Carpenter A or carpenter B? Carpenter A does not have any certificate, nothing, but has built some furnitures, personal projects. So they can literally show you some of the projects they've worked on. Okay. Now, Capital B does not have anything, no samples, nothing, but has a certificate from the carpentry school. Okay. Uncle Sunday and Co. Carpentry Workshop. Okay. All right. You see, if you can answer this question genuinely, if you can answer it genuinely, if you can look at this scenario and say that, oh, I would definitely go with carpenter A. Okay. Okay, this person has no experience, no doubt about that. I know he doesn't have any experience, but has worked on personal projects. I can see the things that this person has done. Okay. I can literally see, and the person is proud of their work. Okay. I can walk you through the process of creating it. Oh, in order for me to do this chair, I have to get this particular kind of wood because this wood, okay, can bend easily. Okay, I need to use a specific kind of nail. I need to get like a 2-inch nail because I can use it to hold it perfectly. They can talk about their experience. They can talk about that project they work on. You would likely give this person the job, carpenter A. All right. So nobody cares about the certificate when it comes to skill. When you have skill, you'll say that, oh, I have a certificate with this skill. My friend, can you show me that you've done this before? Can you show me? I know you have a certificate. Please show me something that shows that you can do this thing. Tell me, show me. Okay. So we'll likely not go with capital B because the person has no proof of work, no proof of I can do it. All right. Whereas the other person doesn't have any certificate, but can actually show you they can do it. And that's one thing you need to understand. We currently live in a skill-based economy. Okay, we live in a skill-based economy. So even if you're in Dubai, you're in Ghana, you're in Sierra Leone, you're in South Africa, it's a skill-driven. Organizations are looking at people that have skills. So even though I have experience, okay. Now, most people think experience is I got to the office, I entered the bus, or I took what a public transportation, I wore a school bag, I took an handbag, and I went to work. I cooked in the morning and I entered the bus and I went to work. Do you understand? Most people think that is work experience. So when they are talking about, oh, I need to gain experience, they're thinking you need to go to an office to gain that. That's what people think. People think that I need to go to office to gain work experience. That's not the case. You can work on a personal project and that acts as experience for you. And that's what we call project-based experience. And I'll show you real time organize like job posts that are looking for just experience. They don't care where you got the experience, okay? But they need experience. But if you have worked on this thing yourself, you will likely get it. Now, I like to use myself as an example. Okay, so I was online yesterday and I was talking about this experience. Okay, and I was talking about how I was able to secure a business intelligence role. Okay, now during the interview process, they needed somebody that was good using Power BI. They needed somebody that was good with Power BI. Obviously, I was good with Power BI, but I couldn't share what I had done with the organizations I've worked with. So that's what we call data privacy. So I could say I'm good with data, I'm good with Power BI, but I don't have anything to showcase. Okay. I couldn't show them the business they want, the way I'd worked. I couldn't show them the dashboard I built for them because they contained, private information about the organization. Okay. So I couldn't do that. So what I did was we built a Power BI dashboard for Arsenal, for Arsenal. So Arsenal's EPL performance. Okay. So I got the data from a website. I got the data into Power BI. I did a dashboard. I automated it, and during the interview process, I showcased this to the head of analytics, and the person was amazed. Was like, "Oh, you did this. This is you. You did this." Okay, and that's how I got the job. To be candid and to be honest, you can see if you go to my LinkedIn profile, you will see a business intelligence analyst role. You will see global business systems analyst role. This is how I was able to get that job. Okay, working on my own personal projects that you can use to showcase that you know how to use the skills. So there are three things that we've talked about. Identify the career path. Don't get twisted. Don't get confused. Choose that career path. Stick with it. Learn the skills required for you to succeed in that role. Number three, gain project-based experience. Work on projects. Be aggressive towards projects. All right. Now, number four. Okay. Number four is gain employability skills. You see, a lot of people get stuck in technicality, okay? In tech, okay? I want to learn tech. They get stuck in learning the technology, okay? So you see a lot of people going on YouTube, going on Udemy, going on Udacity and other online learning platforms to all learn these skills, okay? They learn Power BI, they learn Tableau, they learn SQL. Today they're learning Python. Tomorrow they're learning MongoDB. And they are continuous learning these skills. But you see, the reason why they've not transitioned is because they are not employable. All right? They are not employable. They don't know how to answer questions during the interview. Okay. And I like to use myself as a point of contact because I don't know any other person's experience, but I'll talk about my experience. So when I relocated to Ireland, I was technically unemployable because I was recruiting, I was going into interviews like I was going to an interview in Nigeria. Okay. So with the certain things that I shouldn't have said, that I said, there were certain ways I answered the question that I should have answered the question, and I got a ton of rejections. A ton of rejections. Now, what set me back? What actually brought me forward? What made me better was realizing that I am actually not getting a job. Okay, first off. And secondly, I need to get a job. Okay, if I don't get a job, there are so many immigration issues around that. Okay, I'm not going to get into that. Okay, so I needed to get a job. So I reached out to one of the recruiters that had interviewed me for like 2, 3 roles, that recommended me for about 2, 3 roles. I went ahead to the recruiter to like a one-on-one conversation, like tell me exactly what the problem is. And the guy listed out all the, talked to me about the things I said, the things, the feedback from the companies I worked that I did the interviews for, and all that. Essentially, I was answering questions like I had no experience. Okay, I was answering questions like I was in Nigeria. So a very one common thing that I was saying back then was, I want to start from the bottom and grow with the organization. Anytime they asked me about my experience, I usually was like, oh, I want to start from this organization and grow. And grow. If an HR, a Nigerian HR, I don't know the HR is in the house, but if you tell that to a Nigerian HR, professional, they're usually very excited that you are going to stay long in the organization and so on and so forth. But in Ireland back then, they didn't care about that. That was not important for them. Okay, all right. They wanted you to showcase that you are better than any other person that is coming. But I wasn't doing that. I was very modest with the way I was putting myself forward. I want to start from the beginning. I want to start from the bottom and work my way to the top. I am steadfast. I am growth. I am this. But I didn't know I was saying the wrong things. Okay. That's something that you need to know. So you see a lot of people relocating outside the country saying that you need UK experience, you need Canada experience, you need Poland experience, you need whatever country specific experience, you need that experience to get a job in that country. It's a big lie. It's a big lie. Even me then, when I was in Ireland, I was saying the same thing. Because I've not gotten a job in Ireland, because I don't have Ireland on my CV, that's the reason why I didn't get a job. So after having that conversation with the recruiter, that's when it dawned on me that actually be answering questions the entirely wrong way. Okay. So I've been underselling, I have been literally being the one, I have been the Achilles heel to my own downfall, like to me not getting a job in the tech space back then in Ireland. So employability skills, you can have fantastic skills. You might be the best in Python, you might be the best in Power BI, you might be the best in any, in cybersecurity, technically. Okay. But if you don't know how to sell yourself during an interview, you won't get a job. It's not a curse. All right. So that's exactly what we talk about during employability. Are you employable? Can you go to an interview and sell yourself? Okay. And that's where you need to employ. You need to get started on. Now, number 5, which is very interesting. Okay. Number 5 is another very, very interesting aspect, which is networking. Now, networking is very easy. All right. We have online communities and we have our own networking events within Analytics. I'll talk more about that. So this is where you now start to meet up with people within the Analytics community, like I talked about, and also even going on LinkedIn, attending sessions, attending, tech events and all that, where you can also meet with other people like minds like yourself. All right. Now we had just a little bit of testimonial. There was one of our training programs that ended. This was early 2022, beginning of 2023. All right. So in that particular class, there were obviously a lot of people, but there were 3 ladies. They got into the same group when we had the first group program project. Okay, so during the group project, they became very close. So every other group project they needed to work on, they were always working together. Okay. Now, one of them was in Canada, while the rest of them were in Nigeria. Okay. And I was chatting with them mid last year. I was trying just doing normal catch up, okay, and all that. How are you doing? How's your new job and all that? Everything is going on well. And they said they just relocated to Canada. Okay, they just relocated, and I was like, oh, and this lady, the other lady, the other friend of yours, just relocated also. Yes, they said they all did it together. Guess who nudged them? Guess who assisted them in transitioning, moving to Canada? It was the lady that we're working with that was based in Canada. And those two people got to know about some kind of tech sponsorship, whatever it is, and they're able to relocate based on that. This is where networking comes in. This is where you learning in a platform that has people from literally across the world. So when I did, it was intentional for me to ask where are people joining the session. So you have people joining from the UK, you have people joining from Germany, you have people joining from South Africa, Ghana. You literally can join the session whereby you have people from every diverse backgrounds, and you're going to be networking from there. First off, but you also need to go externally, where you need to go to events, you need to talk to other people, network on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a perfect place for you to get networking events. Okay. Now, the next thing is mentorship. Mentorship plays a huge role in you transitioning. Now, there's a very popular saying that says, there's a very popular saying that goes, okay, somebody's already asking the question. That's where mentorship comes in play. Don't worry, the mentorship is separate. Mentorship is a very popular saying that goes, follow who know road. Okay, and I'll say that in English. Follow the person that knows the way. Follow the person that knows the way. All right. Take another scenario. You're going to meet your friend. You've never been there before. You've never been to that particular estate. You don't know the color of the house. You don't know anything about the estate. You would likely miss your way. Okay, the first time that you go. Okay, you'll likely spend another like 10, 15 minutes trying to figure out how to get to that destination. But now, if you're going with somebody that has been there before, you'll be 2x, 3x faster for you to get there. Okay. So that's exactly what plays out in the tech ecosystem also. You need mentorship. You need somebody that has been there, done it to show you exactly what you need to do in order for you to get what you're looking for. It's the role of mentorship, to be honest with you. So, like looking at me now, okay, take for example, all the experiences I'm sharing today were experiences that I gained over, certain number of years. So you have not done this before. You've never done it before. But I can tell you categorically what you need to learn, what you need to do in order for you to get the job. And I'll share some testimonials with you today, okay, to get you to understand exactly the role of mentorship in the tech space. Okay, so this is our 6 steps practical approach to tech career transitioning. Six. It's not more than six. Okay, it doesn't look like a lot. It's not. It's actually not a lot. Number one, identify the career path. I mean, that's like I said, it's usually like the hardest thing to do. But once you decide on that career path, please stick to it. Number two, educate yourself. Okay. Number three, build projects, work on projects, be aggressive towards building projects, personal projects. Number four is employability skills. You might be the best technical person, but you don't know how to interview. You will not get a job. It's not a curse. You cannot get a job. Okay. Now, the next one is networking. Okay. This is when you start to network with other people. Okay. Like minds. Also gaining experience through your networking events. Number six, mentorship. Somebody that will literally hold your hand and guide you through to avoid mistakes. Okay, that's exactly what it is. 6 steps approach. Please, guys, don't forget this step. You can take a screenshot at the moment. You can take a screenshot, and always, anytime you're trying to get it started, just look at these 6 steps. Okay, it's easy to remember, easy to use, and easy to deploy. It's very easy to deploy. Okay, so if you're enjoying yourself so far, guys, I'd like to know where you guys are enjoying yourself so I can, it gives me more morale. Put a 10 in the chat if you enjoy yourself. 10, not one. 10 over 10. Let's go. 10 over 10. Our daddy is in the house. Daddy's giving us 10. Let's go. 10 over 10. Let's go. I enjoy you guys. You guys are awesome. I won't lie to you. I have so much fun. Let me tell you the truth. I didn't sleep all through. This is 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, Canada. This is 1 p.m. I've not slept since I knew I was going to be taking the session for like 5 days now, since last week, Monday this week. I've not slept because I was so excited to meet you guys today. Like I've not slept in 5 days. You guys are also, I'm just joking around. I've slept, but I'm excited. I'm totally excited to have you guys on board. All right, awesome. I love you guys. So let's keep it going. Okay. Now let's look at a real life example. Okay, let's look at a real life example and how you can apply these 6 steps. Okay, now we're going to be looking at a teacher. Glory is a teacher. So currently she teaches either primary, secondary, university. It really doesn't matter. You're a teacher. Okay. All right. So you're a teacher. You don't have any technical background. I mean, you probably did education in university or you studied a course and you decided to just take it up. Okay. Teaching. You decided to take teaching. You love teaching. But now you're looking at it to say, I want to transition from my teacher background, okay, from my teaching experience into getting a job. I want to get a job as a cybersecurity analyst or a data analyst or whatever it is. What steps? Let's take a look at the steps. Number one, step one, identify the desired career you want to get into. That's the first one. Please don't get confused. I like to say that not because one person is you're one of your cousin or your friend or you read something online again, you're changing your mind. Stick to one thing. Just stick to one. Now, take a look at Glory. Glory has attended this tech event just the way you are currently in the session. She attended the session and she decided that, oh, I want to become a data analyst. I want to become a data analyst. So if tomorrow you come to tell me that data science is going to take over data analyst, she's not hearing you. She has focused on data analytics. Okay. So that's the same thing. That's the same mindset you need to go through. Okay. I want to stick with this one. Now, business analysis, day and night, business analysis. Cybersecurity, day and night. Data engineering, day and night. I am sticking to this particular career path. Okay. Now, moving on. Number two, learn the skills. Now, the skills specific for you to get a job. The skills specific for you to get a job. That's exactly what you need to learn. No more, no less. Learn the skills that needs you to get a job. So that's exactly where you need to come into analytics, okay? Where we'll teach you the skills that you need to learn, okay? And also all the things that you need to get started, okay? So we pride ourselves with what we call the blended training delivery. We call it the blended training delivery. So if you're a fast learner or you're a slow learner, you are still fine. We have some people that when they see it, they remember for life. Some people like myself, I need to do it like 2, 3 times in order for me to remember. So what we have done within analytics is to build a robust learning experience for both fast learners and slow learners. So the blended training program encompasses live classes. You would have live classes, but you would also have what we call self-paced material. Self-paced material. So if you're like me, that want to do things 2, 3 times, you have self-paced materials, okay? And you also have live classes. So it's a fantastic learning experience for you. So you're a slow learner, you're a fast learner, everybody's moving at the same pace. And that's exactly what we call the blended training delivery. And that's exactly what you gain. So that's what Glory is currently enjoying. Okay. So number three, which is the third step. The third step is to gain project-based experience. Project-based experience, just like the carpenter experience I talked about. Carpenter A does not have any certificates, does not know anything, but has worked on projects. Okay. Carpenter B went to carpentry school, got the certificate, but does not have any projects, no sample at all. Okay. Who would you give the work to? Everybody said carpenter A. So the next step for Glory is to work on projects. She's a teacher. She has been a teacher all her life. Okay. Now she wants to get into data analytics. What should she do? Work on projects, aggressively work on projects. And that's obviously in our training program. I will show you the kind of projects you're going to work on. Okay. And it's immersive. Immersive. You will get to learn a lot in those projects. And that's exactly what Glory do. Okay. Now, the next thing is to gain employability skills. So, CV review a CV, update a LinkedIn profile, do all the things that make her look that would change her from a teacher to a data analyst. So when you see a CV, you will not see a teacher. You can never see a teacher. That's what we call personal rebranding. Like you will be intentional about your personal rebranding. Now, when they see your CV like this, they'll be like, this person has a wealth of experience. Now, take for example, data analyst. How would you use data analytics within your past experience? She has always been working as a teacher. Okay, she's been working as a teacher. How can she turn that teacher experience or teaching experience into data analytics experience? Let's talk about it. Now, first of all, what does she does? She's teaching. So she handles students' work, correct? She's handling students' work and all that. So let's talk about the student. When student writes assessment, when they write assessment, they get scored on the assessment. So she can easily say that, okay, as a teacher, okay, oh no, as a data analyst working in the school, I analyze students' performance, student scores performance, okay, in order for me to come up with recommendation to ensure students to see students that are doing good or students that are not doing so good. Okay, and deploying this particular analytics, okay, we were able to improve student performance by over 70%. Now, that is you infusing analytics into the role that you work on as a teacher already. Okay, if you're looking at data engineering, how can you turn your teaching experience into data engineering? Very simple. Let's talk about it. Now, a student in a school, there are different classes. I mean, in SS1, you can have SS1A, SS2B, SS2, SS2C, and so on and so forth. Now, you find out that majority of the time, these classes, their scores and their assessment are usually stored separately. SS1 will store their data separately, SS2 store their data separately, SS3 separately. Even on a course by course level, it is separated. I mean, there's a teacher that is in charge of a particular course in a particular class. Okay. Now, as a data engineer, you could say that, working with this, educational institute, I worked as a data engineer, and data were stored in silo, okay, which is correct. Which is correct. SS1 data is stored in SS1. Okay, SS2 separately, SS3 separately. So they are stored, in disparate sources. They are stored individually. Now, as a data engineer, okay, working in this particular school, what I did was to build a data architecture that we get data, all right, from SS1, SS2, SS3, harmonize it together, okay, and store it into a data warehouse, which made it easy for us to do reporting within the university, within the school. It's as simple as that. Did you do it? Not necessarily, all right? But ideally, you've converted your teaching experience into engineering, data analytics, data science. Those same things will work across any career path that you're going into. So the next thing is personal rebranding. This is when you need to review your past experience. So you're no more a teacher, forget teaching. The next thing you need to think about is how would you have used analytics within that domain where you were working before? And that's exactly what you put forward when you're applying for a job. Okay, so that's where personal rebranding comes in. So that's where your past experience is not useless. Okay, your past experience is fantastic. I mean, you can use it in making your transition. And the last one, number five, number five is networking. We talk about networking. So within analytics, we have the alumni network series that we have, whereby we bring in people that have gotten jobs to come in to talk to you on how they're able to achieve their own dreams. Okay, and then you can learn from their own experience. We have internal networking experience, but also obviously there are quite a number of them online where you can actually attend networking events and so on and so forth. Number six is net mentorship. So we also provide mentorship. Okay, I will be one of your mentors. Adiza will be one of your mentors, and we have a ton of other professionals that have, minimum of 5 years experience in the domain coming to mentor you on your desired career path. Okay, those are the things that you need to talk about. Those are the things that you need to know. So we'll talk about mentorship, and these are the things that you benefit going through Analytics. These are the things that you will benefit from going through analytics, starting from identifying your career path to learning the skills, to gaining project-based experience, to employability, to networking, to mentorship. And those are the things that you go into. Now, the last part we're going to talk about, the last thing we're going to talk about is, has anyone gotten a job using this technique? I mean, this is our own approach, 6-step approach to career transitioning. Okay? Has anybody gotten a job? I'm very sure all of you will be saying that. If Ifemena, you can talk all day, but if you don't have any proof, please let's call it a day. I'm pretty sure we have some people like that on the call. If Ifemena, you've spoken for the past 1 hour. Has anybody gotten a job with all these things that you're talking about? Don't worry. I get proof. If I don't get proof, I will not close the session. Okay. All right. So you are probably saying, no, why me, I beg, no, why me, okay? I need to see real life people that have gotten these jobs. No, why me? Don't worry, I won't whine you, okay? I'll tell you fact, truth. I only speak the truth. So let's go around. So you see where we're coming from. You see where we're, the journey that we're coming from. First of all, you don't know what career path to go into. Fine, we told you what to do. Now you moved into which of these tech roles will get me the job quickest. We move from that to how actionable steps to getting this job. We've talked about that. Now you're not saying that okay, has anybody gotten the job using this approach that you're talking about? So let's talk about them. Now, number one, we have Able B. Okay, and I love real life experiences because there's nothing better than me telling you somebody else has done it. Okay. Now, first person is Able B. Able B currently works with the NHS in the UK. All right. Currently works as a data scientist. This is a card right here. You see it here. She sent it to us. Data scientist. This is Able B. Yeah. Information and performance. She currently works with the NHS. Now let's see what she said. She said, "My new role as a data scientist." A lot of people on this call currently will feel like data science is beyond their head. They feel like data science is for the smartest people. I bet leave that one for the smart people. I go do something else. Okay. But this is Ebube, and you can see what she said. First proper job in the UK after 10 analytics training. Guys, that I don't need to expatiate what that means. Okay. I don't need to expatiate. Can you guys hear me well? Please put a one in the chat if you can hear me well. Some people say they have issues with the audio at the moment. Please, if you can hear me well, just put a yes in the chat. Okay, yes, fantastic. Okay, fantastic. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right. Now, this is Ebube, like I talked about. My new role is data scientist, first proper job in the UK after 10 analytics training. This is the card she shared with us. This is Ebube, this is data science, and this is the department she's working. First proper job in the UK. Did she have any prior experience? Did she have UK experience? No, no UK experience. Was she able to get a job as a data scientist? Yes, she was able to get a job as a data scientist. So the key question you need to ask yourself is, why not you? That's, honestly, that's the question you need to ask yourself today. Why can't I get a job as a data scientist in a foreign land? I have no experience. How was she able to achieve this? Simple, the 6 steps approach that we talked about earlier. Okay, now moving on, we have Whistling. Whistling is another very diligent professional. Let's hear what she said. It's a bit tiny, okay? So basically, she said, "Hi, Adeza, just to update you on the outcome of the interview. I am pleased to let you know that I've been offered the position at Shell." She got a job working with Shell as what? As a sales analyst after completing the training program with 10 Analytics. She currently works with Shell as a data analyst. Now, imagine she attended this session and she said that, "I beg you, no, they why me, Joe. No, why me?" I know they do. All these people with tech. Okay. But the key difference between you and Whistling is the fact that he took the bold step to start. And that's why I say the first step, identify the career path you want to do and getting started. That might be the hardest part, but if you stick to it, you can never go wrong. You can't. You can never go wrong. And this is Whistling, get on the job as a sales analyst working with Shell, oil and gas. Obviously, you'll hear the salary later. Now, this is Vivian, okay? Vivian, another participant of ours, she could see the email. She sent me an email and she said, if Emena, I trust you're doing great. I come with you with delightful news. I interviewed with 3 companies and was made offers by all 3 companies. Don't be juju be that. It's not juju. It's literally hard work. It's literally deploying the processes that we talked about. 3 offers in a foreign land without no foreign experience. Okay, and she was able to land 3 job offers. Now, what organization? Number one, PwC. All right, that's Big Four consulting. I mean, Big Four consulting. Number 2, Asset Risk Consultant, another consulting firm, and number 3, Bank Julius Baer, which is one of the largest financial institutions in the world. She could see I'm sticking with the bank, okay, obviously, and she is, the role is business and data analyst, okay. The pay is great, and it comes with a great benefit also. I thank Analytics for the great foundation and support it provided me. I am so excited to commence this new role. This could be you guys. That's something you need to understand. It could be you. The only thing that separates you and Vivian again is the fact that they started. That's the only thing. To be honest, they started. You are contemplating, oh, I don't have this. Oh, I don't have time. Oh, I don't complaints. Okay? Complaints. Start, figure it out. Start, then figure. Start, keep moving. That's exactly what you need to look at. Now let's look at it's not all. This is not the I won't just give you three people and say that that's the end. Okay, that's the end of the world. I'll give you more recent that happened this week. This Monday to Saturday. Okay. And this is just my ones I want to share with you. Okay. All right. Let me show you what happened this week. So this is, this is Bookie. All right. So you see Bookie here. She said, hello, Femena. Thank you for the support and assistance. She had an interview with one of the top retail firms in Poland. Also, she got a job, in the world. So thank you for the support and assistance. I had my final interview on Friday, and though it generally went well, she gave some personal things. I don't want you to see that. So I wanted to wait till I got back from the feedback and so on and so forth. Today, which was Wednesday, there was happening. You can see the date there, literally 2005, which was literally this week. All right. Today, I got a call on a tentative offer to start in July. Okay. Literally. And this role is a data scientist role. All right. Where? In Poland. All right. And those are the things that you need to understand. If you can settle with those 6 steps that we talked about, getting a job is not as difficult as you think it is. It's not. And that's where mentorship comes in. That's where we come in, holding your hands and guiding you through the journey itself. Let me show you another one. This happened also on Wednesday. Okay, this also happened on Wednesday. And this guy sent me a message saying that, good afternoon, sir. My name is Oluwashio, a past student of Analytics. I have an urgent situation, sir. I got 2 job offers. See now, some people will tell you there are no jobs in tech. It's difficult to get a job in tech. Okay, if you want to follow those people, go and follow them, no problem. We are telling you that there are jobs, there are offers, there are strategies that you can put in place to get started. Who would you follow? The person that said you cannot do it, or the person that will tell you you can do it? And that's exactly where we fall in. So this guy got a job last year. Got him 2 job offers. Now the 2 job offers, let me tell you about them. Okay, 2 offers as a data analytics specialist with one of the data consulting firms. Okay, and number 2, senior data reporting analyst, okay, with the government regulator in the UK. 2 job offers. The same person. Does he have 2 ends? Like my mother would say, no, he doesn't have 2 ends. Does he have UK experience? No UK experience. I mean, he just went through the analytics training program. So the thing is, guys, start. Now there are more. There are more. I could go on and more and on and on and on. Okay, but obviously we don't have enough time. I want to keep it to 2 hours. Okay. So you see, we had a session the past 2 weeks. We have 2 sessions, and I will keep it there for you to watch at your own time. So when you get the slides, when you get the material from this session, please click on this link here. You see this link? All right, click here to watch how I secured a job after training with analytics. These are another set of people that I have not talked about. Okay, another set of people that I have not talked about. So we have 3 people here. How I secured a job after training with analytics. Click here to watch it again. So you see another set of people, different from the people that you have here. So when we say that we have proof that people you can get a job, key thing is to start. We are not joking. We don't play. Okay, we don't play. So that's the key thing about it. So I've shown you the steps and I've shown you success stories, not even 5 years ago or 3 years ago. This week, this week, this week. At least that should be eye-opening for you that that means if I start now, okay, the next couple of months, I will be the one that Femena will be talking about. And I'm sure you want to be. How many of you would like to be the one I will talk about? Put the one in the chat if you want to be part of our success story. Put the one in the chat. Let's go. 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 I love you guys. You guys are awesome. When I see the ones coming in here, I feel like I should jump into the screen and all of the. I'm just messing around. I play a lot. Sorry about that. Okay. But yeah, you could be the success story. You could be the success story. And the only thing the reason why I'm using cool is the fact that you need to start. You need to start. That's the only thing that you need to do. Okay. So now the key thing that we need to talk about now is if a man now keep talking like you guys are saying, Okay, if a man, I dey gbadun you, I dey enjoy your session. Keep talking, let's go. Okay, I want to hear more. If a man, keep talking. If a man, keep talking. Hey, if a man, keep talking. I want to hear more. I want to hear more. Let's go. So you see, this is exactly how everybody will be dancing. Once you go through the analytics, I can guarantee you, you will dance better than Aki or the couple that we have here. Okay, you will literally dance better than this. And I give you a little bit of dancing step, but I can do a lot more. But I will show you later when we finish the session. Remind me, I'm going to dance for you. Okay, keep talking. Let's go. Can I get a let's go in the chat? Let's go. So now, the next thing is, how can you get into any of these career paths? Okay, we talked about the skills you need to learn, but now let's talk about the skills you need to learn to get into this career paths. All right, now let's talk about the business analyst. A lot of people, this is one role a lot of people have quite a number of misunderstanding about. They really don't know what it entails. Now, every organization, I'm going to just make it very brief, but I'll try my best to explain it for you to understand. See, every organization, every business comprises of three things. Number one, number two, and number three. Number one is people. Okay, every organization consists of people, consists of employees, the CEO, the CFO. These are all employees of the business. Number two, technology. Technology. Okay, and number three is process. All right. Now, people, obviously, that falls under HR. Technology, we'll talk extensively about that. But you see this process, this is where the business analyst comes in play. Process. Process what? Ensure that process is efficient. Okay? Efficient and, as efficient as possible. All right. Now, let's take a typical scenario. This is the reason why I tell you that everybody has done the role of a business analyst already before. We've all done it. Now let's take a very simple example. Let me pick somebody's name. Let's say Aziz. I'm going to pick Aziz. Aziz is selling wristwatch. Okay. Okay. Aziz sells wristwatch on Instagram. Okay. Aziz is selling wristwatch on Instagram. So now Aziz currently, when he started, okay, when Aziz started, okay, he has just about, let's say, 1,000 followers. 1,000 followers. Okay. So of this 1,000 followers, let's say he's able to sell maybe 5 wristwatches every week. Okay. He's able to sell 5 wristwatches. So at this point in time, Aziz will tell you, send me a DM. Send me a DM and I would respond. I will send it to you. We would have a chat. Okay. So now Aziz has done this, maybe Aziz became very successful. Okay. Now Aziz now has, maybe like 20K followers. Build the business to like 20K followers. Now Aziz is getting like orders in the hundreds maybe every other day. Is getting like 100 requests. Oh, I love this wristwatch. Oh, I love this design. Oh, I love this color. Can I get it in this color? Can I get it in this size? Can I get it in this, different orders coming in? Can Aziz, is it efficient for Aziz to be saying, send me a DM? Okay. That's not an efficient process. Okay. In the sense that if you want to buy, a wristwatch from Aziz, you would need to DM Aziz in order for you to buy the product. You would need to DM him. It would need to respond. It would need to send his account details. It would need, very manual process. Now, if he's still doing the DM process at this point in time, this process is definitely to buy a product. The process is inefficient because he's going to lose out on so many orders. If 100 people send him a message, he will probably be able to reply to 20 out of them. Okay. And obviously, the business continues to grow from 20,000 to 100,000 to 300,000. Now, the key thing, if you're a business analyst, okay, with the business analyst mindset, is to ask the question, how can I make it more efficient that people don't send me a DM? I don't want people to send me a DM anymore. Don't send me a DM. Okay, how can I make this process more efficient that I don't need to sit down to be responding to people? So how do I make it more efficient? Okay, I could build a website. I could build a website that would have details of all the wristwatch that I am selling. okay, that I'm selling, and you can pay online. You don't need to charge me up to pay. You can literally go on my website and select the colors that you like and make that payment. Okay. Now, the business analyst is the one that will identify the process and classify it as inefficient. Okay. And then create a future state that in the future, okay, if we build a website, it will 3x our sales. Okay, not 2x, it will 3x our sales. So you see, this is even just a personal experience. This is just disease working as an entrepreneur, okay, and it's seeing that okay, I cannot be receiving DMs every day and be responding to people every day. I need to go to the market, I need to talk to vendors, I need to talk to my clients, I need to do all that. In the same vein, I still need to talk to customers. That's not going to work. Okay. So the key thing now as a business analyst is how can I make this process more efficient? And the funny thing is that we have all done this thing before. You just find out that this particular thing, it's not the best way of me doing this thing. It's not the best way of me doing it. How can I make it efficient? You jump into action and you try to make it, try to make it efficient. It could be a report at your workplace. It could be a process. It could be anything you've worked on. That's the role of the data business analyst, trying to make work more, trying to make processes more efficient than they should be ideally. Okay. Now, moving on to the next thing, what do you need to learn to become a business analyst? Okay, what do you need to learn? Very simple. Now, you need to learn. The first thing you need to learn, you see here, analytics. That is where data analytics comes in. This is where you are going to be learning up to date curriculum. Okay, you're not going to be learning things that are generic that you can find anywhere. You're going to be learning things that are specific enough for you to get a job. Now, the reason why we have infused data analytics is very simple. Now, a lot of roles coming up at the moment are called business data analysts. You see a lot of our people getting job as business data analysts. It's very simple. This is a business analyst that has, features of a data analyst. So you are a business analyst, but you know data analytics. You are literally going to be, the most in-demand person in the market. So once you're doing an interview and you can infuse data analytics into your experience, I can tell you, you are going to be one of the top people they're going to continue talking with. And that's why we have a lot of huge success with people going through business analysis training program and getting jobs as a business data analyst. Okay. So you're going to learn data analytics. That's the first thing you will learn. Okay. Now, the next thing is also the core business BA aspect, which is process mapping, project initiation planning, agile and scrum for projects, software development lifecycle, requirement fundamentals, elicitation, stakeholder analysis and engagement. And you'll also get to work with AI, which is ChatGPT for business analysis. How do you leverage AI as a business analyst? So you see why I'm saying that you are going to be learning what is in demand. You're not going to be learning generic things that you could just find anywhere. Okay, you're going to start off with data analytics, then metamorphosize into the core BA roles, okay, which is process mapping, all the way to using AI as a business analyst. So everything encompassing would last for 4 months. 4 months learning experience. 4 months learning experience, 2 months of learning, and 2 months of internship. 2 months of internship. And what would you be doing during this internship? You are going to be working on a web application. You're going to be working on a web application. It's a live project that you'll be working on. And you're going to work on 2 projects, okay, for the next 2 months. So 2 months of learning. So you're going to use 2 months to learn. And you're going to use another 2 months to work on an internship. 2 months live staging internship experience. Okay, so a total of 4 months is what the business analysis training program, contains. And now we have our live classes Saturdays and Sunday. We have classes on Saturday. We also have classes on Sunday. So now we have the classes for the guys in Africa, the guys in Europe, okay, and we have the classes for the guys in Canada and the US. Okay, so the morning session is tailored for the guys in Europe and Africa, which is 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time. 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time on Saturday. On Saturday, so weekend, 11 to 2 p.m., 3 hours on Saturday, and you're fine. For the guys in Canada, we have the evening session, which is 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So that will be 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. West African time. That's evening for the guys in Africa and Europe. But the key thing is for the guys in Canada. That is 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Now on Sunday, we also have live classes. Saturday, we have live classes. Sunday, it is 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. West African time for the guys in Africa and Europe. And for the guys in Canada, it is 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Okay, for the guys in Canada, the US. So you see, this thing is tailored for literally you anywhere you are in the world. You would be able to attend the session. Okay, so if you're looking to become a business analyst, I would say, this is the best place to get it. Okay, so you're not just learning generic stuff, you're learning specific stuff that will get you the experience that you need to get started. So you work with Excel, you will learn SQL, you will learn Power BI, you will learn how to work with Lucidchart, Confluence, Jira, Draw.io, Trello, ChatGPT. These are tools and softwares that you get to work with. Now, moving on to the next career part, which is the role of the data analyst, the data scientist, and the data engineer. Now, a lot of misconception about these roles, okay? A lot of misconceptions about the role of the data analyst, the data scientist, and the data engineer. But we're going to talk about it today. Okay. So now moving on to what is the difference between these roles. Okay. So you see, I'll call it two spectrums. We have the top, we have the bottom, I would say the bottom, and we have the top. We have the top. Now you see the guys at the top end, okay, the bottom end, let's say bottom end and the top end, okay. Now the top end is where you have the data analyst, okay, data analyst, and that's where we also have the data scientist, okay. That's where we have the data analyst and the data scientist. That's where we have these two guys, okay. So we have them here at the top end. At the bottom end, we have the data engineer, okay? The data engineer, downstream, upstream and downstream. Let me just put it that way. Upstream and downstream, okay? So the guys working in downstream, data engineer, topstream or upstream, we have the data analyst and data engineer and data scientist. Now you see these two guys, the data analyst and the data scientist. In order for them to do their work, they need something. They need something. They need data to do their work. They need data to do their work. I mean, they're called data analysts and data scientists. So they can't do anything without data. Okay? But now the key question is, where does this data come from? All right? Where does the data come from? Where does, okay, the data come from? Okay, where does this data come from? Where does it exist? Okay, where does this data come from? Okay, that's exactly the role of the data engineer. Okay, that's the role of the data engineer. So take, for example, you work in a bank. Okay, I like to use this banking experience because it's easy to understand, easy to use. Okay, so in the bank, for transactions, in order for you to track transactions, okay, you have, let's say, three major sources people can transact with the bank. So we have ATM, okay? You can make transaction on your ATM. You can make transaction on your mobile app, okay? Okay? And you have the last but not the least, okay, which is the web. You can go on your browser and send, receive money, pay for, bills and so on and so forth. But you see, the data analyst and the data scientist, they want to analyze transaction, okay, on all platforms. They need to do transaction on all platforms, okay, to see which one is performing the best, to compare and contrast. Oh, are people using ATM more than they're using mobile app? Are people using mobile app more than using the web? To do this comparison, you need the data in one central location, okay? Now, the data engineer is the person that will build what we call ETL pipeline, ETL pipelines, okay? ETL pipelines. So you see, we have something we call the data warehouse. data warehouse, basically where you are keeping your data. Okay, data warehouse. Okay, you have a data warehouse. This is where you're going to keep all your data eventually. So now, the data that is stored in all the transaction on the ATM, the data engineer will build a data pipeline that would ensure that data is flowing into the data warehouse. So the data from the ATM will be an ETL pipeline that will move data from the ATM into the data warehouse. The mobile app also, the data engineer will build a data pipeline that will move data from the mobile app into the data warehouse. The web also will move data from the web application and ensure that the data that is generated on the web, okay, is moving into the warehouse. So it's called ETL. ETL starts for, first of all, you extract the data. Okay, you need to extract the data from the web. Then at this point, you transform, okay, transform the data, okay, and last but not the least, you load the data. So that's where the ETL comes in. E for extract, T for transform, L for load. So you extract the data from the website, from the application, from the ATM database, okay? You transform it basically to clean, okay, and to restructure the data, okay? Clean, restructure the data. Then once you clean and restructure the data, you load it into the data warehouse. All right. So you take data from the mobile app also, you clean, you extract, you transform, and you load it into the data warehouse. You take data from the web, you extract the data, you transform the data, and you load. So that ETL is what you are building. So you're building ETL pipelines, extracting data from the data source, transforming the data, and loading it into the data warehouse. Now, the data analysts and the data scientists, they need data. And this is where they are getting their data from. This is where they get their data from. Okay, this is where they get their data from. Does that make sense? So the data engineer, that's why I say bottom end, because they're the ones that would extract the data and ensure that it is available for the data analyst and the data scientist. Okay, all right, the data analyst and the data scientist. Priscilla, just please confirm you can see my screen. All right. Somebody's asking if they can see my screen. Okay. Oh, yes. Okay. Fantastic. All right. So that's exactly the role of the data engineer. So the data engineer is focused majorly on building data architecture. Okay. Building data architecture within the organization. Okay. And that's the reason why I told you at the start, database architect, big data architect, big data analyst, anything that has to be doing data, okay, that's the role of the data engineer, okay? All right, building that data architecture, because without this data, the data analyst and the data scientists cannot do their job. They can't do a job. They can't do their job. So they rely on the data engineer to ensure that data is available. Data is available, okay, and reliable, okay? That's the job of the data engineer. And you see how that's what makes it in demand. Because if they're recruiting for data analysts and data scientists, if organizations are constantly recruiting for data analysts and data scientists, who will make the data available for these people? Data has to be available. So that's where the role of the data engineer becomes in demand. Okay. All right. So what do you need to learn in order for you to get a job in these specific domains? Those are the things we're going to explore in the next 2 minutes. So for data analysts, you would need to learn, first thing you need to learn is problem solving. Okay. All right. So you'll learn Excel, you'll learn SQL, you learn Power BI, you learn Tableau. So these are the key technologies that you need to learn. SQL, Excel, SQL, Power BI, and Tableau. Now, the next thing you're going to learn is also very important, which is data storytelling. You also get to work with AI, which is ChatGPT for analytics. You would also get to work with Microsoft Fabrics for analytics. Now, the entire duration of the training program is for 4 months, 3 months of learning, and 1 month internship. 3 months of learning and 1 month internship. 3 months of learning and 1 month internship. So we have live classes on Saturday, only on Saturday, which is good for you. All right. We have live classes just on Saturday, 3 hours on Saturday. So the morning session, which is still for the guys in Europe and Africa, which is 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time. We also have the evening session, which is still for the guys in Canada and the US, which is 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That will be the evening for the guys in Europe and Africa, which is 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. But this session is still for the guys in Canada and the US. If you are in Europe or Africa and you want to attend the evening session, that is okay. That's not a problem at all. Okay. Now, on Sunday, we have self-paced videos for people, self-paced videos for you to work on projects or by yourself, gain that project experience that you need in getting started. That's exactly what you get. Now, moving on to the next thing, data science. Now, this is where statistics comes in play. Okay, you start to learn statistics, not statistics like you did in secondary school. Okay, and this is one misconception that has deterred a lot of people in getting into data science. I don't want to learn statistics. It's not the statistics that you learned before. You're going to be learning it in a different way. And this is why we have a lot of success getting people into that data science domain. Okay, so you're going to be learning statistics. You would also be learning Excel, all right? But you'll be learning Excel for descriptive diagnosis and predictive analytics. So you'll be able to use Excel to perform predictions, to do predictive modeling. You will learn how to do that in Excel. Okay, you would also learn Tableau, and you would also learn how to do predictive modeling in Tableau. Okay, now you move on to SQL, you get to learn SQL like a normal data professional. You get to learn Python, exploratory data analysis, machine learning, computer vision, and you would also get to work on projects in natural language processing. Okay, you would also get to work with GitHub. You get to work with GitHub and Copilot for coding. These are AI tools for coding. And you also get to work with Microsoft Fabrics for analytics. Now, you find out that our curriculum are not what you will get regularly out there. Okay, and there's a reason for this. It's a very simple reason for this. It's because we are currently in the industry. It's not like we are not working in the industry. We currently work, and this is what we do on a day-to-day. We currently recruit, myself and Deza and the professionals that are going to be working with. We currently recruit for organizations within Canada, the US, and so on. Now, the key question is, what are we recruiting for? When we are looking for a job or when we're recruiting for a client, what are we recruiting for? What are these things that these organizations are looking out for? In our job on a day-to-day, what are the in-demand skills that you need to learn to get that job? That's exactly why the curriculums are very unique, tailored to getting you the job that you're looking for. So you're going to be learning statistics to Excel, to Tableau, to SQL, to Python, to exploratory data analysis. You learn machine learning, supervised and unsupervised. You learn, computer vision. You would also work in projects in natural language processing. You would also get to work with AI tools like ChatGPT and GitHub Copilot for coding. And you would also get to work with Microsoft Fabrics for analytics. Okay, so somebody asks, is there no Power BI in data science? You have Power BI, but it is embedded in Microsoft Fabrics. So if you just go ahead to Google, what is Microsoft Fabrics? Microsoft Fabrics is a one-stop shop for analytics. Okay, so I'm just going to bring in my browser so you can see for yourself. So it's not just me telling you, you would actually literally see it for yourself. So if you Google the word Microsoft Fabrics, okay, all right, so you'll see that Microsoft Fabrics, Power BI is embedded in Microsoft Fabrics. So it's a one-stop shop for everything analytics on the Microsoft platform. Okay, so you see it here. Okay, Microsoft Fabrics, Power BI, real-time intelligence, data factory. So you get to work with Microsoft Fabrics. So you work with Microsoft Fabrics as a data analyst. You would also work with Microsoft Fabrics as a data scientist. So either you go for data analytics or you go for data science, you will get to work with Microsoft Fabrics, which is the one-stop shop for analytics on the Microsoft platform. So you see, these are things that you won't get anywhere. Okay, these are things you won't get anywhere apart from here. So what about data engineering? What do you need to learn to become a data engineer? Very simple. You need to start from the basics, understand what is data engineering. You move into SQL. So you see the key technologies you need to learn is SQL and Python. SQL and Python. Now, moving on from there, you get to work with Linux for batch commands. You get to work with building ETL pipelines, okay? So you learn how to extract data from database. You learn how to extract data from APIs, web scraping, and so on and so forth. You get to work with Apache PySpark, okay? You get to work with Apache Airflow for pipeline automation. You get to work with cloud tools like AWS. You get to work with projects in GCP and Azure. So you will literally get experience from working with all the cloud platforms. You get experience with working with all the cloud platforms, AWS, GCP, and Azure. You would also get to work with version control, which is just GitHub. You get to work with GitHub. And last but not least, ChatGPT and GitHub Copilot, AI tools for coding. These are AI tools for coding. Okay. Now, learning timeline. We have 5 months for learning, 3 months of learning, 2 months of internship, 3 months of learning, 2 months of internship, 2 months of you building a robust project portfolio on data engineering. So that's what you need to know. Now, the live classes, you have live classes, and it's tailored for the guys in Canada and the guys in Nigeria and the guys in Africa, literally anywhere in the world. So we have one time, which is 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. West African time. So if you want to go for the data engineering training program, it is 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. West African time. That will translate to 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. For these are the guys for in Canada, and these are the guys in Africa and Europe. Okay, Africa and Europe. So if you're in Europe or you're in Africa, you can start the session 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. West African time. But if you're in Canada, the US, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Okay, so that's exactly what you're going to be working on. Okay, and on Sunday, you have your self-paced project that you get to work on more projects at your own pace. Okay. So those are the things that you will get. Those are the things that you learn. Somebody's still asking, is there no Power BI in data science? I explained that already. You are going to cover that in Microsoft Fabrics. So I showed you Microsoft Fabrics, and I literally said, that's where Microsoft Fabrics, you see here, you will have Power BI. This is literally Power BI, unless maybe you want me to zoom in a bit for you. Okay, and I'm going to do that so you can see it for yourself. Okay, so if I scroll down, you see there, Microsoft Fabrics, you learn Power BI, you learn, some other technologies for your data pipeline orchestration and so on and so forth. Okay, so that's Microsoft Fabrics anyways. So these are the things you need to learn: data analytics, data science, and data engineering. Now, the financial analytics and HR analytics training programs are basically, they are data analysts with tailored specific domain knowledge. Now, the financial analyst is a data analyst that is focused on finance. Okay, that's a focus on financials. Okay, okay. Now, the HR analyst is a data analyst that is focused majorly on the HR professionals. Okay, now this, if you go through this training program, you can still apply for data analyst roles. If you go through the HR analytics training program, you can still apply for data analyst roles. Okay, but now the key thing is, if you go for data analytics, you cannot get a job. You can't work as a financial analyst. So a data analyst cannot replace a financial analyst. Okay? A data analyst can also not replace HR analyst. Okay? Because you see, they are going to, the financial analytics professional, for example, is going to learn, the first couple of things you're going to learn is data analytics. Okay, so problem solving, to Excel, to Power BI, to SQL, these are all data analytics skills they are going to learn. Okay, but now what makes them very unique is their laser focus on finance. Okay, so you learn accounting fundamentals, you learn financial analysis, financial modeling, valuation, sensitivity, and scenario analysis, and you also get to work with AI as a financial professional. Okay, all right. So you see, the data analyst will learn Excel, Power BI, and SQL and call it a day, and learn Tableau and all that. Okay. But now this financial analyst is laser focused on finance. So the data analyst cannot do financial analysis, the data analyst cannot do financial modeling, so on and so forth. So this is where, being a financial analyst gives you a little bit more advantage, because you can apply for all roles the data analyst can apply for, but you can also apply for financial analyst roles. So financial analyst roles like financial analyst, commercial analyst, financial planning, budget analyst, and so on. So this is where you're now laser focused on the financial domain itself. Okay, so learning the timeline. So you have 4 months to learn, 3 months of learning, and 1 month internship. 3 months of learning and 1 month internship. Same thing with the HR analyst, okay, analyst training program. You learn data analytics, you learn problem solving all the way to SQL. So you learn problem solving, you learn Excel, you learn Power BI, and you learn SQL. Okay, now that's all data analytics key roles. Now you go into the next one, which is the HR specific aspect, okay, which is HR analytics and evaluation, performance evaluation. We have HR metrics and life cycle. We have HR metrics and dashboarding. We have collaboration and automation, and we have building your case and creating action. So you see now, the data analyst, you can still apply for the role of the data analyst. You can still do the job of a data analyst. You can apply for the role of a data analyst. But what gives you advantage again is the fact that you can apply for roles within HR analytics, people analytics, talent analyst, performance analyst, benefits analyst, and so on and so forth. So you have a bigger domain, you have like a wider domain for you to apply to. Okay. And the training program is for 4 months. 3 months of learning, 1 month of internship. 3 months of learning, 1 month of internship. So we have the classes, morning and evening session, just like the way you have the data analytics training program. 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time for the guys in Africa and Europe. We have the guys in Canada and the US. We have 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. One Mountain Standard Time. So that's the same thing you have for the guys in financial analytics. Okay, so 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time and 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Okay, so moving on to these quickly so we don't waste too much time. Time is well spent. Okay, now moving on to the next thing, okay, which is Scrum Master. Okay, so for the Scrum Master, you are going to be learning Introduction to Scrum. This is one of the fastest way for you to transition into the tech space. You're going to be learning Scrum. You would learn about the Scrum teams, Scrum artifacts, ceremonies, Scrum's artifact, increments, and sprint backlogs. You get to work with Scrum events, Nexus Scale Scrum, and so on and so forth. Now, the timeline is for 2 months. Okay, you'll use 1 month of learning and 1 month working on project. I think this is the only place you'll find anywhere in the world where you're running Scrum for like 2 months. And the reason why we're doing this is also because of the fact that you will get to work on projects. That's the key thing. Now, you just learning Scrum without you having project experience is not very fantastic. A lot of people will go ahead to write the PSM exam, okay, Professional Scrum Master exam, and just get a certificate and they don't know how to get a job. Okay, they don't know how to translate from that certificate to getting a job. Hence the reason why you're having a boot camp that would hold your hands and guide you from the certification all the way to getting a job, the practical experience, and you eventually getting the job. So we have classes on Saturdays and Sunday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time, and Sunday, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. West African time. So these are the timing that we have for the Scrum Master training program. So you get to work with tools like Jira and Trello for for performance tracking and all that. Okay. So those are the things that you need to learn, looking at getting into Scrum Master. Now, cybersecurity on the other hand, cybersecurity is one of the major domains you need to get into. So, you're going to learn about introduction to cybersecurity, introducing to the domain of cybersecurity. You will also get to learn about the foundation of computing and networking. So every system that operates at the moment has its foundation in computing and networking. So you need to understand how computing and networking works. Okay, moving on from there, you go into information security principles. You move into offensive and defensive cybersecurity. So you know how to build, you know how to test, on an offensive, you learn how to test your own system to know where vulnerabilities are. You would also learn how to build, the defensive aspect of cybersecurity. You'll get to work with cryptography. That's what you now start to talk about encryption. All right. You'll get to work with cyber threat and attack vectors. You'll get to work with different kinds of security protocols. You'll get to work with network security, endpoint security, web and application security, and cloud security. So you see, you are learning not just one type of way to build a security architecture. Okay. So you literally learn how to build, network security, endpoint security, web and application security. Okay, that's four. And the fifth one is cloud security. Now, you hear a lot of organizations are migrating to the cloud. Okay, this is where you start to leverage your cybersecurity skills in safeguarding their information, their data in the cloud. Now, moving on, you will also get to work with incident reports, response and forensic, and last but not the least, cybersecurity policies and compliance. So it's 3 months of learning and 1 month immersive internship experience, 3 months of practical life classes experience, and 1 month working on projects. So you have the classes starting on Saturday, okay, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time, and on Sunday, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. West African time. So we have classes on Saturday and we have classes on Sunday. So you are looking to getting started with cybersecurity, very, very, practical use cases that will take you 0 to 1,000%, within the duration of the training program. All right. And that wraps it up what you need to learn. Well, moving on to other things real quick, okay? So in order for you to get a job very quickly, like we talked about, technical skills plus employability skills equals to job offer. So there's an equation, T plus E equals to job offer. Technical skills plus employability skills will get you your job offer. So that's where exactly we go into the next one. All right. So I think we've talked about this extensively in today's session. Number one, CV review would help you revamp your CV, would help you achieve that perfect CV that you're looking for. LinkedIn optimization, another one that we're going to help you with, revamp your LinkedIn profile so that when a new job post comes online or a recruiter is looking for potential candidates, your profiles will be recommended. Okay. And that's where we come in. We will help you optimize your LinkedIn profile. We would help you with Upwork optimization. So if you want to work freelance, okay, this is where it comes in play significantly for you. So you can work freelancing, getting you started with the role of freelance. Okay. So number one, CV review, like I talked about, revamp your CV. You have experience, you don't have experience, would help you work on your CV to get you started, would help you on your LinkedIn profile, would help you on Upwork optimization, how to navigate the job market, how to apply for jobs, where to apply for jobs, where to get remote jobs, where not to get remote jobs, what kind of jobs can you do. A lot of people will be looking at the role of the data analyst or the business analyst or cybersecurity analyst. Let's take a look at cybersecurity. A lot of people think it's just cybersecurity that you can work on. There is a ton of other jobs within cybersecurity that you can apply to and you will get a job. Okay. Information security analyst. Okay. You have roles in SOC analyst and so on and so forth. So what kind of roles can you apply for once you complete the training program or even during the training program? What roles can you apply for and you will get interviewed? Okay, for that role. That's exactly where navigating the job market comes in. What role can you apply for? Where can you apply for these roles? We'll tell you that instructively where you can do all this. Now, the next thing is job and interview preparation. This is one of the most significant parts of what you need getting started. Like I said, you don't know what you need to say to get a job. Okay. And this is where our experience comes in. How do you prepare for an interview? You've never interviewed as an HR analyst before. You've never interviewed as a Scrum Master before. How do you prepare for the interview? Okay. How do you answer questions? How do you answer questions around, tell me about yourself? Okay. Do you just ramble, telling about your experience and all that? No. There's a tailored way of answering, tell me about yourself, which is called a seat approach. Sit. Okay. Like sit down. Okay. Sit. Ask for, you talk about your skills. That's the first thing you talk about. You talk about your experience. You talk about your achievement and you talk about your type of person. So it's a tailored approach that ensures that you are eating the nail at the start of the interview. Now, the last one is situational based question. Okay, tell me about a time you built, a security architecture for an organization or something. How do you answer that question? You use what we call the STAR technique: the situation, the task, the action, and the result. So most times you just see yourself answering the questions during the interview off the top of your head. Now, that's not exactly how you perform well in interviews. You need somebody that will hold your hands and tell you exactly how to prepare for these interviews. And last but not the least, recommendation letter. Very important. Okay. So if you're looking to get a job outside the country, majority of employers and recruiters need recommendation letters. They need recommendation letters. This is where we come in because you've gone through our internship, you've gone through our practical life courses, you've worked on projects with us, you will get recommendation and reference letter. So there's no need for you to use your past experience. If you're a customer service representative, that's not that you can't use that to get a job as a data scientist or a data analyst. So how do you get that recommendation? Through analytics. We will write you the recommendation letter. Okay, so that's exactly one of the major reasons why you need to go through us also, because you can't use your past experience if you're working as a teacher or you're working as an accountant. Okay, you can't use that experience in getting a job as a cybersecurity analyst. So those organizations cannot write you a recommendation letter. Okay, that's where we come in. Since you've worked with us, you've done the work with us, you've worked on projects with us, you've gone through the learning and all that, you will get the recommendation letter. Okay, and last but not the least, the last two, which is weekly and mentorship, weekly mentorship sessions. This is where we get mentors to come and teach you, to talk to you on all that. Okay, now on the job support, once you get a job, okay, we still provide assistance to ensure that you have enough guidance when you start the job itself. The key thing is to start the job, get the job. You working on the job itself is not as difficult as you think it is. It's actually not as difficult as you think it is. So the key thing is get a job. We'll provide you with on-the-job support. So you see, 360 all-rounder support right from the beginning. And that goes back to the equation I talked about. P plus E equals to job offer. Technical plus employability skills equals to job offer. So these are the employability benefits that you're going to be getting. CV review, LinkedIn optimization, Upwork optimization, navigating the job market, job and interview preparation, recommendation letter, weekly mentorship sessions, and on-the-job support. So tell me, what else do you need? So if all these things are provided for you, the only thing you need is to make that decision to start. That's the only thing that you need. The only thing that you need to is start. So from learning, we'll teach you the technical skills, we'll teach you the employability skills. All right. So what else would you say you need that we're not providing? Okay. You can send me a DM if you feel there's something else that you need that we're not providing. We'll provide it for you. All right. So that's the key thing. Okay. So any support that you need, we are providing it for you. All right. So another set of success story, like I said, it always seems impossible until it is done. It always seems impossible until somebody else goes ahead to do it. Okay. And these are another set of people that you've not even heard about. And you see them. Buella was an accountant in Nigeria, got a job as a data analyst, after completing the data analytics training program. Currently works with a financial giant in the UK. Olugbemi currently works as a business data analyst in Canada. Okay. And obviously went through the training program with Tenalytics. Michael got a job as a sales engineer, that's data engineering, working with a software company in the UK. Muyidi got a job as a business data analyst, okay, working with a company in the UK and currently resides in Nigeria. So people are looking to get remote jobs, looking to get jobs outside the country. Does it happen? Yes, it does happen. Is it possible? It is possible. What's hindering you? You're not starting. Okay, so that's the difference between yourself, Muhyiddin, Michael, Olugbemi, and Biola. Okay, we don't have enough time. I'll still come back to play some of the testimonial videos for you. All right, so we can listen to them. But now we have a cohort that is starting next month. We have a cohort that is starting next month, the 8th of June, 2024. And I'll tell you, this is the best time for you to start. This is the best time for you to start. So now, if we're looking to go into either of these career paths, okay, so you want to become a business analyst, you want to become a data analyst, you want to enter into data science, data engineering, cybersecurity, HR, and financial analytics, if you're interested in any of these 7 career paths, all right, rather than paying the full amount, this is where the special discount comes in. Rather than you paying the full amount, we are currently looking at a 20% discount. Okay, you're currently looking at a 20% discount. That's a massive discount. So rather than you paying £750 if you're in the US, you can actually pay $600. rather than you paying £625, you can actually pay £500. Rather than you paying 730 euros, if you're in Europe, you can actually pay 580. Rather than you pay 1,125 Canadian dollars, you can actually pay 900 Canadian dollars. And rather than you pay 900,000 naira, you can actually pay 720,000 naira. And you can pay in two installments. The beauty about a discount is not just the discount alone. Okay, don't get it twisted. It's not just the discount, it's not just a 20% discount. Okay, the discount affords you the opportunity to pay in two installments, two separate installments, which makes it easy for you. Now, if you don't take advantage of this discount and you want to join the program on the 8th of June, you would have to pay the full amount once. No installments. There's no installment for the full amount. No installment for the full amount. Now, that's the benefit of you enjoying the discounted amount. You being able to pay in two installments. The first installment, all you need to pay now, if you're interested in any of these career paths, $400, £350, 400 euros, 600 Canadian dollars, or 500,000 naira. That's what you need to do to register for the course starting on the 8th of June. That's literally next week Saturday. So you don't have a lot of time to think about it, or what you need to do, what can I do, what can I say, and all of that. You need to make a decision. The decision is very quick. We also make it quick for you. So the decision is this discount is only available for the first 20 people to register. The discount is only available for the first 20 people to register. So in order to be part of the first 20 people, guys, you need to secure a position now, not tomorrow. So the Scrum Master, okay, being the fact that it's going to be ready for 2 months, it's slightly more, slightly a bit, lower than the rest of them. So for the Scrum Master, the discounted price is $360, £300, 350 euros, 540 Canadian dollars, or 450,000 naira. So there's only one payment for the Scrum Master. You need to pay that once in order for you to get registered for the training program. So that's the discounted amount that you have in there. That's the discounted amount. So the training program is starting on the 8th of June. First installment will get you registered for the training program. The second installment, okay, you see it here, balance of the second payment after 1 month into the training program. So you have enough time to balance the training fees, okay? So that's the beauty of you taking advantage of the discount amount. To make payment, all you need to do is click on the main stack link in the chat, okay? So my colleagues are currently pasting the links in the chat, okay? And yeah, you can click on the link. Once you click on the link, you can register. Okay, so I'm going to show you a quick demo on how to make payments. So once you click on the link, all right, it's going to open in your browser. Okay, it's going to open in your browser, and here what you have. So you have the Tenalytics Enrollment Center, okay, and this is basically where you can register for the training program. So now you can gain access to all the program brochures, all the brochures. So after the session, if you want to read more about the courses you want to go into, you see the brochures here, click on the link. So you see the link here, get access to all program brochures. Click on that tab, click on that button. It's going to open a Google Drive for you. So any of these courses that you're interested in, if it is business analysis or cybersecurity or it is data, whatever training program, let's say data engineering, okay? Okay, let's take this is business analysis, okay? So it gives you a detailed run through of what you go through in the training program. So what's the curriculum about? What would you learn? So I said you're going to learn projects initiation and planning. So this is exactly what you learn. Agile Essential, what would you learn? You learn Agile. Software development life cycle, you learn life cycle for software development. Requirement fundamentals, elicitation analysis, specification and approval. Everything is detailed in the brochure. So if you're looking at getting into data analytics also, you take a look at data analytics, and it's the same thing, a detailed run through of what you will learn during the training program. So if that's not enough, if the masterclass is not enough for you, you can go through the brochures, okay, to read more about the courses that you're going into. Now, moving on, we have the prizes in there, and in order for you to make a payment, you can do the direct transfer. You can do a direct transfer to any of the account numbers that you have here. So you can send money to the card account number, the card. So if you're in Canada, we have the Interac there for you to send money to. For GBP, for pound account, you can actually send money to the pound, the card, the pound account. Euros, you can send money to the Euros account. Naira account, you can send money to the Naira account. So you see, if you want to do a direct transfer, this works for you. Please go ahead to do it. The key thing is once you make the transfer, take a screenshot and upload your receipt. Upload it here. I'm going to come back to this, okay? So once you make payment, please ensure that you click on the payment registration form, okay? Upload your receipt here. So you see the card and online payment for people that want to pay online. You want to make a payment online without the stress of, doing anything, okay? So whatever training program you're interested in, please click on it and initiate your transaction. So if you're interested in cybersecurity, for example, click on cybersecurity. It opens in a new tab, okay? And you would be able to make your payments. It's as simple as that. Very simple process. So now, looking at this here, now for the pound, you need to pay £350 for the first payment. You need to pay £350 for the first payment. That's what you need to pay. Okay. So currently on the side, you have 500, okay, which is the total discounted amount, £500. Okay. So £500 is what you have here. So I'm seeing pounds at the moment because I left the UK just a couple of months ago. Okay. So it's still trying to adjust. Let me just put it that way. Okay. Now, if you're in Canada, it will show you in Canadian dollars. If you're in Nigeria, it will show you in Naira. If you're in Ghana, it will show you in, I think, Naira or dollars. Okay, but basically to show you the currency that is most affordable for you to make payments in. Okay, so look at mine. Okay, all I need to do is change the 500 to 350. So all you need to pay now is the first amount. Okay, it's the first amount. So all you need to pay is $400 or £350 or 400 euros. All you need to do here is change this 500 to 350. So if you're paying in pounds, you need to pay £350 to get started. If you're in dollars, you need to pay $400. So you can always change the price. Rather than paying the full discounted price, you can actually pay in 2 installments. Okay. Now, once you've made payment, you get an email receipt. Okay. You get an email receipt. And once you get that receipt, you come here to upload your receipt. Okay, come here to upload your receipt. So all you need to do is click here and it will take you to a Google form in order for you to in order for you to fill the form. So basically you see it's here, June 2024 quote, you put in your email address. I'm going to say Ifemena, okay, Ifemena at Tendanalytics.com, Tendanalytics.com. Okay. And I'll move on to the next. So you put in your email, the type of payment. Let's say you paid initial first installment. That's what you did. Okay. You pay your first installment. You click on next. You fill in the form. You read about the balance payments. Okay. You put in your information, your first name, your last name. Now, you can either pay for the month of June or pay for the month of July. It depends on you. If you feel like you want to take advantage of the discount today and start in July, it's fantastic. That's okay. That's 100% fine. When you're filling the form, you will get to a place where you can select when you want to start the training program. Okay, so we have another training program starting in July. So if you want to take advantage of the discount to get started in July, that's also fantastic. That's good. Okay, so email, preferred email, I'm going to use Ifemena at Tendanalytics.com. Okay, Tendanalytics.com. Okay, gender, I'm going to use male. Next. Okay, so I've read the terms and condition. Okay, you can click the link to read the terms and condition. Click on next. When did you make your payment? I'll put in today's date. Let's say you made a payment today. Kindly upload receipt of the payments. That's when you select a receipt. Okay, you select the screenshots that you've taken. Okay, so once you've taken the screenshots, all right, I'll upload it. Okay, and what was the mode of payment? So did you pay online or did you pay, you'll see the Mainstack website. If you click on this link, if you click on this part to make the payment, just click on Mainstack. Okay. Maystack website. I'll click on next. Okay, and provide information about the account details. I'll just say I made payment from my account, which is Ifemena, ePro. Okay, and next. So you see which program did you register for? If you're not sure yet, if you still you still want to have a conversation with Ifemena or Adeza in getting started, please click the drop down and select any of the training program that you want. Or if you want to speak with a professional, please select it also. Don't be shy. So if you are still torn between, let's say, data analytics and financial analytics, or cybersecurity and data engineering, or data or business analyst, which one should you do? You are still not sure, and you want to speak to a, you secure your space, then you can always come to speak with a professional. Come and speak with a professional. So once you click on speak with a professional, I would someone will reach out to you, schedule a time where we can talk better. So what cohort do you intend starting? So you can see you can either start in June, which is this month. You can start in July, next month. You can start in August or September. So depending on where, the key thing is you are locking in your discounts, okay? So whatever money you pay now, you can start anytime from July, August, or September. That's the beauty of the discount. So anytime you want to get started, please select the time you want to get started, secure a discount. That's the first thing you need to do. This discount is not available every month, okay? So you need to ensure that you are taking advantage of this discount. So let's say I want to start in June, which is the 8th of June. If you want to start in July, select the July, the 5th or 6th of July, and so on and so forth. So WhatsApp number, you put your phone number, okay? And, moving on from there, country of residence, I'm in Canada, okay? How did you get about 10 Analytics? Okay, I heard from 10 Analytics from Ifemena, ePro. I'm going to click on next. And that's where you start to put, state any relevant information, any other thing you want to provide, any other thing that you need, support or anything, just type it there. Or if you don't have anything, please just click on submit and you are good to go. So it's a simple process. So once you make payment, once you've made payment, please don't forget to upload your receipt here. Please, I'm seeing people that are sending me their receipt of payment. Please, you will need to upload your receipt over here. Okay, so thank you very much for that. So, I'll be taking questions now before we call it a day. I'll take questions for the next 15, 20 minutes. Okay. So if you have any questions, please raise up your hand. I'll be happy to take your questions. But in the same vein, I'm going to show you two things, okay, which is the platform, what you get from going through the platform. Okay, what you get. So once you make payment today, you get access to our LMS. Okay, that's the first thing you get access to the LMS, and I'm going to show you the LMS in a few seconds. Okay. So first off, you get access to the LMS, and let me just show you that. So I'm going to go to 10 Analytics dashboard. Okay, 10 Analytics dashboard. Now give it a second, and boom. So once you come here, you see, now take for example, you're interested in either data engineering or data analytics or any program, you get access to the self-paced course, okay? All right, you would have live classes, and I'm going to show you where the live classes are, okay? So you see now for the full stack data science, you start with Excel for analytics. So introduction to data science, okay, introduction to Excel, data cleaning functions in Excel, to data analyst toolkit. So you're learning Excel, in the full stack data science program. So once you move from there, you move into Excel and statistics for analytics. So introduction to statistics and why. So introduction to statistics, let's play that real quick for you, just for you to take a look at that. Okay. So you see the videos are there and they play very well for your own consumption. This is where I say that you can learn at your own pace. So you can learn at your own pace. So if you look at the videos, you see the practical view of them, understand population and sample data. So, these are the things that you will gain from going through the training program. So you have access to a ton of resources, live sessions, and also, these sessions are what we call the self-paced training program. So you can learn at your own pace. All right. You can increase you can increase the speed, you can reduce the speed, and so on and so forth. And guess what? You have lifetime access to the materials. Lifetime access to the materials. Now, if anything changes, okay, we are constantly updating the materials we have in here. So you're always up to date. So even a new technology comes in, something changes in Excel, and you know everything will be updated constantly. Okay, so that's something that we are always working on, updating the material, updating the content that you have in the self-paced materials. So that's the same thing you have for, take for example, data engineering. Okay, so you see the beginning, we have introduction to data engineering. So you see here, you have because for example, you have data storage and management, you have everything, data warehouse, OLTP versus OLAP, data engineering concept, big data, what's the 5 V's, using Twitter to have an example. So you see practical real life situations. So we also have practical sessions where you get to code alongside the facilitator. Okay. You have the code alongside the facilitator. So you see me here as I'm coding, you're also coding, and you're learning self-paced. That's what we call it, self-paced. So you're learning as the information is being displayed on the screen. So it's practical. Okay, it's not theoretical. You see, everything is practical. As you're watching the videos, you are also carrying out the practicals. Now, let's take a look at the live classes. Okay, and let me just show you data analytics also, just to show you that it's literally the same thing for all the programs. It's literally the same thing for all the programs. So you see it here, Microsoft Excel, from Microsoft Excel to Power BI. For Power BI, you see concept of fact and dimension tables. Okay. So let's take a look at this. When you see this is one of our very experienced data analysts, okay, that is going to be training you on data modeling, okay? So you see, these are the practicality that you will get to work with, get to build by yourself, leverage this experience in getting started. So you get access, lifetime access to the LMS. Also, you have access to the live class. So I'm going to show you where we have the live class, okay? So for the live classes are usually more project driven. You have more projects during the live class. So let me show you the data analytics, for example. All right, since I ended up with data analytics, I'm going to start off with data analytics for the live class. So these are the guys that started this month. These are the guys that started literally this month, last month, I mean, May. 5th of, you see it here, 2405. So that's the May 2024. So let me go to classwork and I'll show you exactly what they've gone through already this month. Okay, so you see it's live classes. So you see it here, started from the beginning, onboarding material. This is the reason why you need to register so you can get onboarded as early as possible. So all the tools you need to download, all the things you need to get ready for the training program will be made available in the onboarding material. Okay, so you have the onboarding session. Okay, this is something you don't want to miss. It sets the tone for the training program. If you want to get started now, not tomorrow. Get started now. Register for your course. Now, the first thing you're going to learn is problem solving. Okay, all right. Then moving on to that, you see, these guys just started. They started their first live class was on problem solving. You see, the training programs, all the classes are recorded. So even if you miss the class, you have access to the recording. You have access to the recording. And that's something significant you need to understand. That's something you need to take advantage of. You need to take advantage of. If you miss a class, even if you don't miss the class, you can always go back to revisit the session. Okay, you can always go back to revisit the session, to watch the session all over again, to gain more understanding of the concept, and so on and so forth. So those are the things that you would learn during the training program. Now, moving on to the next thing. All right, we have the drop-in session. So during the week, if you have any questions, you have any issues, you can always reach out to us during the drop-in sessions. So the drop-in session is to address things on a constant basis. So it's not because you have classes on Saturday, we have to wait till Saturday before we address your issues. We have what we call the drop-in sessions that help you address those issues as fast as possible during the week. Okay. So you see the sit and start approach. We talk about, interview process. When you're going for an interview, how do you introduce yourself? You see, this guy is just started and we're already starting introducing them to how to interview. So it's not at the end of the training program, you are learning how to interview. You are literally learning the skill and learning employability at the same time. So that's why it's an immersive session. That's why you have people getting a job a few months, a month into the training program, they can get a job. It's very possible. Have you seen that? I'm going to show you people that have done that already. Okay. MS Excel live classes. Okay. We have drop-in sessions, interview simulation to help you prepare better for your interviews. Okay. Excel live classes. Let's take a look at the live class. What would they do in a live class? I already told you that it's project driven. Live classes are project driven. Let's take a look at this. Now, you see, Excel Live Class 2, what would you learn? This is the case study. You just got employed as a data analyst for a company called Horizon Enterprises. Horizon Enterprises is a recruiting firm and could be termed as a special company because it is famous for having employees of different races and for being really good at managing and developing talent. So your line manager, the head of the business assurance, just informed you that the company's yearly performance evaluation coming up next Monday, you are told to provide a report for the company's performance at the end of the last financial year. That's your job. So now the key thing is, how do you prepare a report? These are things that you will hear, up and down, literally everywhere in the world. But how do you now prepare this report? This is exactly what you would do in the live class. Now the session is recorded, and let's take a look at the session, what happened in the live class. Okay. So this is the live class. I'm just going to fast forward it a bit so you can see exactly what they're doing in class. So you see, this is where they are working on a live project together. They're working on the live project together. They are going back to the scenario, and they're, basically walking you through how to create the solution, how to build a report, for this same organization that we talked about. So you see, you're gaining experience while you're learning. That's the beauty of it. You're gaining experience while you are learning. Okay, so you're not just learning Excel in isolation of projects. You're learning Excel while working on projects. Okay, and that's not all. You work on different types of projects from e-commerce to telecommunication to logistics to supply chain to so on and so forth. Okay, so you see you have the capstone project, which is, let's take a look at that. Okay, so let's take the introduction. Let's look at the business case. I'm going to show you some of the projects that some of the projects, and I'm going to play for you. Some of them are on our YouTube, so I'm going to show you that real quick. All right, I'm just going to show you some of the projects you get to work on. Okay, either during the training, during the internship, you get to work on these kind of projects, and let's take a look at it. Okay, so let's take a look at this. All right, so let's take a look at market segmentation. Okay, let's take a look at that. A few seconds for it to play. So you see that you are not just working on projects without any real life application, all right, without any real time application of how this thing plays in reality. This is where the project-based approach, the project-based learning approach, that's where it comes in. Okay. I'm not sure why this is taking longer than expected. Let me try something else. Customer lifetime value. Okay, let me play this one. Skip the ad and I'll play it real quick. So you see exactly what you learn from these case studies themselves. Okay, so I'm not sure if this is my internet, but YouTube is messing up at the moment. I'll come back to this, okay? Let me just show you. Okay, yeah, this is it.
We are excited to have you join our team for this
Okay,
pivotal
I
project.
don't think
Delta Retail
you can
is a
hear anything.
prominent retail chain
Priscilla, please
offering
confirm
a
if you can hear
diverse
the audio
array
on the
of
file.
products including electronics, clothing, home goods, and groceries. Committed to delivering exceptional value and service, we strive to meet and exceed the expectations of our customers. Delta Retail faces a crucial challenge in understanding the long-term value of its customers. Although we possess a wealth of historical transaction data, we lack a systematic approach to analyze this data and calculate the customer lifetime value, CLV. The absence of CLV analysis limits our ability to prioritize marketing efforts and allocate resources effectively. The following are the objectives of this project. 1. Calculate customer lifetime value, CLV. Our primary objective is to leverage data analysis techniques to calculate the lifetime value of our customers based on their historical purchasing behavior. 2. Predict future spending patterns. By analyzing past transaction data, we aim to predict future spending patterns of our customers to estimate their lifetime value accurately. 3. Optimize marketing efforts. The insights gained from CLV analysis will enable us to prioritize our marketing efforts and allocate resources effectively to maximize customer value. Here are the tasks.
So you see, these are kind of projects you get to work on that would give you that real life experience that you're looking for. And that's exactly what you're getting from the interview, from the session themselves. Okay, project brief. If you take a look at this particular project, you'll see that this is user experience analysis for FlexiTrade online store. Okay. So you see this FlexTrade is a well-known company in the online shopping world. They sell all kinds of things from electronics to clothing. So let's look at what you'll be doing. FlexTrade wants to improve their app to make sure they stay ahead of competitive market online shopping market. This project will look into how they can make this app even better for users. Now, this is the data that you're going to work with, the business problem. Even though a lot of people download and use FlexTrade app, not everyone ends up buying something. There are a few problems. High bounce rates, hard abandonment, low average order value, lots of competition. So now this is where you now start to use data analytics to solve a real life problem. So when the recruiter is asking you a question, okay, what kind of project, what have you done before? You can show proof of what you worked on, just like the capital A and capital B that we talked about earlier. Okay, so I can go on to talk about, and that's the same thing that goes on with all our training program, every single of the training program that you have there. So even data engineer, you get to work in projects. Okay, you see from the SQL project, you see the Metro Bank SQL project. Okay, Metro Bank SQL project. You also get to work in project in e-commerce. So you're working in banking, you're getting experience in how to operate, build, SQL architecture within a bank. You would also learn the same thing in e-commerce and so on and so forth. So I'm not going to do too much talking anymore. I think if you want to get started, this is the best time for you to get started. The discount is only available for the first 20 people to register. So it's not available for life. Okay. So if you're looking to get it started, please get started now so you can take it off from there. So I'm going to be taking questions now that are in the chat. Okay. And in the next 10 minutes, I think we are done for today. Okay. So let me just take a look at the chat and see if I have any questions. Okay. I think we've discussed the cost of the training program. You can pay in 2 installments, the discount to get a 20% discount, and you're good to go. Okay, anyone from the United States with data analytics jobs, I will share that with you. I did that in a few minutes. Okay. Can it be done in 3 installments? In very rare cases, you might need to send an email to Nene@Tenalytics. Okay, send an email to Nene@Tenalytics.io. Okay, but that's not something that we do frequently. Okay, so the head of finance would likely need to. I'm not in charge of payments, but we usually pay 2 installments for everybody. Okay, please, is this going to be the total amount for the program? No additional fee. No additional fee. What you see on the screen is all you pay for. So the additional employability sessions are free of charge. You're not paying a dime for that. Okay, that comes at you registering with the training program. If you remember at the start of the session, the goal for us is to get more Africans into the tech space. Okay, so the key thing is not just learning the technical thing. It's not technical that will get you the job. It's employability that will get you the job. Once you pay this, there is no additional fees. Okay, you're not paying anything additional, nothing, zero. Okay, so if you're looking to get it started, be part of the first 20 people to get it started. What of Ghana? You can get started. We have a lot of Ghanaians that have gone through our training programs that are doing fantastically well. I'll share their profiles with you shortly. Okay. Can you go through the process of payment again? That's about how many minutes ago? I think I've done that already. So all you need to do is click on the main stack link. Once you click on the main stack link, you can either pay online, you can either send a message, you can either pay direct transfer, You can do a direct transfer, or you can pay online. That's all you need to do. So if you want to do a direct transfer, so you want to do a transfer, you can send to the Interact. For the guys in Canada, you can use the Interact that you see there. If you're in the UK, you can use the pound account. And if you're in Nigeria, you can use the Naira bank account. Okay, so those are the things that you can do at this point in time. You want to do a direct transfer. If you want to pay online, all you need to do is select the training program you're interested in. If you're interested in business analysis, click on business analysis, and it's going to open up in a new tab. Now, all you need to pay for business analysis, if you're interested in business analysis, is the first installment, the first payment. So either $400, £350, 400 euros, 600 Canadian dollars, or 500,000 naira. So once you click on business analysis, all you need to do is impute the price you want to pay. So for the guys in the UK, for example, that's $350. Okay, that's £350. So rather than £500, which is the total discounted amount, I would type in £350 and proceed to pay, because this is what you need to secure your position for the training program. Okay, so once you click on proceed to pay, please put in your full name, your email, and go ahead to make your payment. All right, that's all you need to know. All right, so that's all about payments. Okay, so I hope that makes sense, Shakira. Okay, what of the pound equivalent for financial analytics? Pound equivalent, that's what I just talked about, is £500 discounted. Discounted. You can pay in 2 installments of £350 and £150. So that will make up the total of £500. No additional fee, guys. No additional fee. Take advantage of the discounts now. Okay, that's the thing. Get advantage of the discounts now. Will I get access to the course material after the program? Yes, you have lifetime access to the LMS. So I showed you the LMS earlier. So once you make payment, you have lifetime access to the LMS, the materials, the self-paced materials, and you also have lifetime access to the Google Classroom. So the live classes, the materials, the case studies, you have lifetime access to both platforms once you register. So it's not within a duration of time. And the good thing, like I mentioned also, these things are going to be updated frequently. So new technologies, new tools would be added, and you would always get access for that for free. Okay, you're not paying any dime after that. Okay, so those are the things that you need to understand. Lifetime access to all the materials. Can you send this information, especially the payment? Okay, yes, we'll send this information to you. I think I've answered the question about. I have I feel the most important part was rushed due to timing. Omo Teshe, Ogumiyiwa, I'm not sure what part was missed out when rushed out. I'm not sure where you think that rushed it. But if you feel like rushed, please, you can raise up your hand. I'm happy to take your question. Okay, went through the main stack payment. Okay, I think all that has been done. Will the slide be sent to you? Yes, it will be sent to you. Please, if you have any question and you want to speak to me personally within the next 5-10 minutes, please raise up your hand. I'll take a few questions and I'll call it a day. Okay. With the fees, is that each course has different fees or it's just different currency? It's different currencies, guys. Different currencies. They are all the same price. So if you are interested in business analysis, data analytics, data science, data engineering, cybersecurity, HR, and financial analytics, they are all the same price. It's just different price, different currencies. So if you're interested in any of these 7 career paths, these are the price. Okay, so $600 if you're in the US, £500 if you're in the UK, 580 euros if you are in Europe, Canadian dollars if in Canada, 900 Canadian dollars for deals in Canada, and 720,000 naira if you are in Nigeria. So they're all the same price for the same training program. So they're all the same price. Okay, can you share with me those who have successfully moved with financial analytics? 100%. Okay, I think that's why I'm going to share some testimonials real quick. So you see, Ini got a job as the CEO of a tech company. You can listen to Ini here. Okay, if you got a job as a business analyst, and there are so many of them. Okay, so many jobs. I would like to read something from Ini quickly within the next 1 minute. Okay, so you see, Ini got a job as a CEO of a growth tech company in Nigeria, okay, but they work literally across the world. Okay, got a job as the CEO of the company based in Nigeria. Now you see, like, there's something that is said that is significant. That God got us, even wanted to do more. Okay, you see, I couldn't have done it. Let me just underline it. I couldn't have done it without Tenalytics. I owe Tenalytics big time. Let me also say that from January 2nd, 2024 to February 2nd, 2024, I have attended more interviews than I have in my entire career life put together. January to February. Let's just assume that's 2 months. Okay. January beginning to end of February. Let's just say 2 months. He said, I have attended more interviews. Than I have in my entire career life to put together. That's true. That's a testament to the mentorship, the CV sessions, the branding sessions that you're going to get. Okay. So, I turned down some after I went to look at their profiles online. I saw that their goals don't align with mine. All thanks to Analytics. Part of my testimony of mine, being bulky, but this is a testament to the kind of work that we do. Okay, so when I'm saying that you need to rebrand yourself, you need to do this, these are the 6 steps you need to take. These are what people are doing and they're getting successful. Now, moving on to the next person, yeah. Okay, you see, Tony got a job as a benefit analyst. I'm going to play Tony's video because it's very interesting. Okay, very interesting, very, very interesting and insightful.
Charge.
Okay, give me a second. I'm going to skip this ad so you can listen to Tony by yourself. Okay.
Everyone, my name is Joey, and I recently got a job as a benefits analyst in the UK. I've come from a medical background as a pharmacist, was interested in breaking into tech. My first encounter with Analytics was on LinkedIn. I joined one of their masterclass, just one masterclass where Efemina spoke, and it just took that masterclass to convince me. I joined in August, and a month after, I got a job. To be honest with you, every information skill that I was able to apply to get that job, I owe it to Tenalytics. Tenalytics did a great job and is still doing a great job. They groom you and nurture you from the cradle till you become confident. So my advice for you, most importantly, is join. Be integrated into a platform that empowers you and allows you to easily get that first job.
So one thing you need to understand from what she said, okay, the key things I want you to pick out from. She heard from us from LinkedIn. The first encounter was from LinkedIn.
With Analytics, okay?
She joined a masterclass and it took her just one masterclass to get started. That's the power of starting something. Honestly speaking, that's majority of the problem out there is, let me start. Let me just start. Okay. And that's exactly what Tony did, started. And when I tell you that you can get a job a month, even into your training program, she had not completed the training program. And she joined in August. Okay, let's
a month after I got a job. And a month after I got a job. To be honest with me, I joined in August, and a month after I got a job.
This is a pharmacy. Nobody say she get another experience where she not tell us. She had the pharmacy, she was coming as a pharmacist, looking to break into tech. Okay. And a month after, she was able to get a job as a benefit analyst with a regulator, the health regulator in the UK. No past experience, no UK experience, nothing like that. Okay. So whatever that you feel that is hindering you, it's just a mental block. It's just that mental thing that is injuring you, to be candid with you. And we have a ton of testimonials, guys. A ton. When I say a ton of testimonials, we have a ton of testimonials. All right. All you need to do is go to our YouTube channel, go to testimonials. You see, we have this particular place for testimonials. We have a ton of testimonials. Okay, a ton of them. Somebody was looking for financial analytics. Somebody has gone through the financial analytics training program and has gotten a job. I'm just going to scan within the next 2 seconds, and I'm pretty sure I'll stumble on one of the guys that have gone through the financial analytics training program and have gotten a job. Okay, so give me a second. I'm just going to play one of the guys. This is Call Creek. Okay, let me just see now. Okay, no, let me just play this one.
Hello, my name is Ilodibe Solomon. I'm currently a financial analyst with Kegos Group. I've grown from, say, infancy to being a full-time professional under the guide of Tenalytics. I dare say that the facilitators did a thorough job in equipping us with the skill needed out there, and the community is such a great one to belong to. My journey with Tenalytics has been amazing. I've moved from literally novice to I would say advanced level at this point. I know I still have a lot to learn, but it's been nothing short of amazing all the way to this point. I really recommend the program any day, anytime.
So you see, these are the things that you hear, that you.
Hello everyone, my name is Kunedu.
For a second. All right. So this is another one of our participants from, from East Africa. All right. And those are the things that you will benefit from, like learn from people that have actually done this. So we have a ton of testimonials of people that have gotten jobs. Okay. So if you're looking to getting started, guys, okay, please, if it's testimonials, we have a ton of them. I've showed you where you can actually go to listen to people that have gotten jobs, literally across the world. Okay, so just go to the YouTube channel, okay, and listen to people. This is Benga, got a job in Poland, got over 4 offers.
When you write, your tone influences.
Got over 4 offers, and it's based in Poland. So got a job. We just listen
about
to
Excel, data analytics, Tableau, how to organize data, and also to draw insights from data, how to build a dashboard, and also to write a report, conclusions of data. So I must say, Tenalytics is the right place to learn how to be a data scientist, how to be a data analyst, how to be an HR analyst, and so on like that. They are always around. They have the best hands to take care of your needs when it comes to data. So I enrolled in the course, and even during the course, I started applying for jobs and I started getting interview calls, and they were also available to explain and also give me preparation questions on how to approach these interviews and also to pass them. I was able to secure and even get about 4 offers after all my interview sessions. So I must say that Tenalytics have really been a great help to me, and I was able to secure a job of my dreams, literally. Thank you. Refer people, tell your friends about them, enroll today, and the sky is your limit. Thank you so much.
Funny thing about it's not funny, but the interesting thing about this is Benga has recommended about 4 of his friends, and I'll dare say that 4 of them currently work within the tech space already. Those 4 people that he recommended currently work in the tech space, right? And these are the things that that's why he is going to refer as much people as possible because of the opportunities that he knows that he has gotten from it. Okay, so after the training, are we going to have access to the training? Yes, I said lifetime access. What's the price for cybersecurity? I think we've covered that separately. Okay, but I'll just leave it on the screen so you can see it for yourself. So if you're going for any of these 7 career paths, like I mentioned, if you're going for any of these 7 career paths, okay, all we have here are just currencies. They are all the same price. So if you are going for data analytics, data science, business analysis, data engineering, cybersecurity, HR, and finance, these are the prices. They're just different currencies. Okay. So if you're in Nigeria, you pay in Naira. If you're in Canada, you pay Canadian dollars. If you're in Europe, you pay in euros. If you're in the UK, you pay in pounds. If you're in the US, you pay in USD, depending on your location. All right. So it's not different prices. Like the same price for all the training programs. Okay. So that's the price of cybersecurity. So if you're looking for cybersecurity, depending on your location, this price would what you would use to select the price itself. So how do I get to speak with a professional? I am still undecided which training program. If you've made your payment, when you're filling the registration form, please specify you need to speak with a professional. Okay. And if you still want to, if you don't want to pay, okay, which is not, I will not advise because a lot of people come back to say, oh, I wanted to speak to you first before I make the payment. Please, you can speak with us even after you made the payment. It really doesn't matter. In fact, we put more priority to people that have made payments in order for us to, have that conversation with you. Okay, so if you want to speak to me, all right, all you need to do is, just literally all you need to do on the form, when you're on the form, you would see the space where you can actually chat with analytics. All right. Or if you want to speak to me directly, just tell them you need to speak to me and they'll connect you with me. So if you go on the platform, if you go on this, you would see chat with analytics. Okay. So just once you click on chat with analytics, it will take you to WhatsApp and you can ask if you want to chat with myself, you want to have a conversation with me, whatever the case might be, that will be scheduled as soon as possible. So that's something you can do. So if you want to speak to me personally, or you want to speak to somebody, you want to speak to a professional, please click here to chat with analytics and you can get started on that. So what's the latest time? I think we've answered majority of the questions that we have here. So thank you very much, guys. This is where we might be drawing the curtain. I'm pretty sure you guys enjoyed yourself. I enjoyed myself. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself also. Thank you very much. The training program is starting on the 8th of June. That's literally next week, Saturday. So you have such a limited time for you to get started. You have such a limited time. So you have by maximum Monday, we're going to close off registration. Okay, that's closing it off. Okay, either we have 20 people or we don't have 20 people, we're going to close off registration. So you want to take advantage of that thing between today to Monday maximum. Okay, so please, all the things that you need. Somebody's talking about professional certification. You don't need certification to get a job in any of these tech career paths that we're talking about. You don't need a certificate. You literally just go online, search for a job, search for that job that you want to get into, and you'll find out that experience is all that you see there. Experience, 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 experience. How do you get this experience? That's the reason why we spent the last couple of hours talking about project-based experience and how that qualifies as actual experience. And now I've used it personally in getting jobs. Okay, and those are the things that we talked about. Okay, tomorrow, Monday. Okay, that's true. Some of you are currently in a different time zone. Yes, tomorrow, Monday, your time, that will be exactly what you're looking at. So if you want to secure your space now, please secure your space as soon as possible. Now, you can register and say you will start in July. That's okay. That's fine. You're taking advantage of the discounts. You might pay now and say you want to start in August. You might want to start in September. That's okay. That's fine. Well, you see, this is half year. This is June. So you have literally 6 months to the end of the year. So if you want to transition, this is literally the perfect time for you to get started. Literally the perfect time for you to start. The best time to plant a tree was yesterday. Okay, the next best time is now. Okay, so if you've missed out on other opportunities in the past, the best time is now. Like I said during the session, number one is usually the first step is usually the most difficult aspect, which is identifying and sticking to what you want to do. So once you want to do what you want to do, please start as soon as possible. That's what I would say. Okay, so if you want to join us on June 8th, okay, please ensure you register as soon as possible. Okay, and this is where I think we're going to be calling it a day. I'm in the UK. Okay, Bingpe, you want to say something real quick? I can see you raising up your hand.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you if, because I didn't hear you talk about the content of the HR analytics program, like what we'll be learning.
Okay.
And then for someone who has little or no experience, like a new grad from school, has the person able to infuse any experience into their resume to get along? Someone who hasn't worked in any space before, like how does it work for this kind of people?
All right, fantastic. That's okay. That's all right. Fine. So number one, the first thing, if you click on the link, the main start link that's in the charts, you would see, get access to all program brochures. So once you click on that, it will take you to this part where once you see HR analytics brochure, this will give you a detailed walkthrough of what you will learn in the HR analytics training program. And that's the same thing for all the programs. So any program you're interested in, click on the get access to all program brochures. Okay. And thereafter, you see all the brochures there. So currently, Adebimpe is asking about, the brochure for HR analytics. So I'm going to double click on that. So you have HR analytics track, become a master HR analytics professional, MHRAP. Okay, so you have that, and it's talking about the program overview, unlocking the people of data, the power of data in people, and so on. So now we're talking about the program overview, why HR analytics curriculum. So what would you be learning? So problem solving, Excel for analytics, Power BI, SQL, HR analysis and performance evaluation, human resource metrics and life cycle, HR analysis and dashboarding, collaboration and report automation, building your case and creating action, and last but not the least, AI for analytics, which is ChatGPT. So you see there detailed out on what you would learn during the training program. So it's literally that. Okay. So all you need to do, you need to just click here and you get access to all the program brochures. Now, for people that don't have any experience before, first off, you can leverage your experience with analytics. So during when you're revamping your CV, you will see you can claim work experience from analytics. And one of the perfect guys that I've used, that's one of the guys that have done this recently, like one of the people that have gone through analytics that did this very well is Idris. Okay, Idris. I'm not sure what his last name is now. Idris. Sorry, let me just try and get his last name. I'm not sure if his profile is still on our Idris got a job as a data engineer. Okay, he just completed his master's in the UK. All right, yes, Idris. Okay, Idris at DBC. So let me just check out Idris at DBC real quick. Okay, so let's check out Idris at DBC. Okay, so you can actually claim work experience. Okay, yeah. So you see here, currently works with works as a data engineer with Analytics. Okay, so he went through the data engineering training program, did the training program, worked on the projects, whatever project he worked on, he was able to deploy and so on. And then had no prior experience. No prior experience. You can see this for yourself. This is not me. This is not an essay. This is not me just saying that, oh, you can just start with analytics and get started. This is an actual person doing the same thing. All right. So you see, it started last year, 2021. Obviously, it hasn't ended that particular role. So he's still saying he's working with, analytics. So you did that, okay, say working with, as a data engineer with analytics and doing contracts, with analytics. And that was what he used in getting the job with Jaguar Land Rover. Okay. All right. And after that, currently works as a senior analytics engineer. Just a span of 2 years, he was able to get the job and currently working, as a senior analytics engineer, also still in the UK, in London at the moment. So it's practical. Like I use that experience. The reason why I use that experience of the carpenter is it's the same way. It's the same way in the tech space. Even though you don't have experience, but can you show me the tools and the projects you've worked on? Can you show me? Can I see it? You say you know how to do these things. Oh, can I see it? Okay, can I see the things that you've done? Can you walk me through the projects you've worked on? That's what is important. Okay, so even if you don't have any employment, it's not important. They're not going to ask you for your employment letter, but they wrote data analytics in there. No, nobody's going to ask you for your employment letter. The key thing is, do you have those skills? Have you used them before? Can you walk me through how you used it? Okay, and can you show me the projects you've worked on? It's as simple as that. Okay, so if you're looking to getting started, okay, even as an absolute beginner, I've showed you one of our participants when I was able to get a job, just leveraging the things that we talked about today. Guys, it is that simple. It's not as complex as you think it is. Okay, so if you're looking to getting started, 8th of June, please start as soon as possible. I think I've answered all the questions. Nobody was raising up their hands. Okay, so if you had a wonderful time, I want you to put in the chat, yeah. If you had a wonderful time in today's session, yeah. It's as simple as that. Let's go. Yeah. If you had a wonderful time, let's go. Yeah. All right. So the key thing there is if you still want to talk to us, we'll be having a clarity session this week on Tuesday. Okay, we'll be having a clarity session, so one-on-one clarity session where you can ask more questions. Okay, so if you want that more clarity, so you want to clarify more questions, you have more questions that need a bit of clarity, please join the one-on-one session. It's going to be happening on Tuesday. Please take a look at your email, the WhatsApp group, and all that. If you still want to have that one-on-one session, we will be happy to have that conversation with you. Okay, did you have classes for development engineer, operations engineer? I'm not sure what. Okay, no. Anyways, Orlando Pupo, if you have that question, please come join us one-on-one session. You can explain your question better. I'll be able to provide a solution to you. All right. So on that note, guys, we are going to call it a day. Okay. On that note, we are going to call it a day. So I had a wonderful time. Okay, I had a great time having you on board today, and looking forward to having you in the main training program where we can work together and get you the desired career path of your choice. So thank you very much. My name remains Ifemena, and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend rest. Cheers and bye for now, guys.